F annoying, and that is something that I will not accept. I made a video today. Yes, there. I should come. Okay. I made a video today and I said, if any of these contestants or candidates not start their campaign by themselves, Peter Obi should not move an inch, shouldn't campaign for anybody. Even the obedient should not vote for anybody. We must see that these people are already doing something before we can put our body and so on it. Because all of this is not disgrace. With all due respect to whoever, even though to me, Peter did not lose anything for this election. To me, the ADC did not lose because this is just a coalition that they are still fixing. The house is not settled yet. So it is still very early to say somebody failed or a party failed and whatever failed. Because at the end of the day, none of these big so-called politicians won any election from their state. So it is not about who lose and who didn't lose. We already know that when it comes to this kind of politics, when it comes to this kind of election, most times it's just like the local government election. So most times it is the incumbent, the government when they now they do always the winner most times. If you know and if you've observed how the election is going, you will understand that most times now them they win them, right? So if you hear or see people saying, Peter Obi lose to what's it called, Soludo or to APC, just laugh because it is not the reality. Nobody campaigned for anybody. And there is no way they will expect few people that just started that campaigned 2 days
The
to the
richest.
election to win. Because I didn't, sorry guys, my kids, they in the
Sorry,
background.
sorry, sorry to
Somebody,
sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut you.
yeah.
I was gonna ask that. Do you think these continuous back-to-back losses that the opposition and the coalition faces, leading up to the election, if there is still any more losses ahead of us, do you think that might take away steam from the general election in 2027?
No, I don't. I do not think so because if you see, because I have been a participant, especially the Edo State election, the candidates are not the candidate themselves. Do not do much. They look like people that are being sent from the order from the APC to come and get the ticket. Because the moment they get their ticket, they relax on campaigning. You will see them during the primaries. They are active. They are going to different corners, different areas. But the moment they get the ticket, they relent. They slow down on their campaign. So most times these people are already people that are bought, are already people that the APC sent to the opposition party to get this ticket. And this is why I think that when they get this ticket, they slow down on their campaign. They do not do anything on arranging their own zone or their own group of people that campaign, or how do you call it now? The people that still, because anybody that is waiting for the APC or Tinubu to give them the power just like that, that person is daydreaming. That person is daydreaming because you have to, at this point, you have to play the same game that they are playing. You have to match the same energy that they are bringing. And that's the only way we can go forward. Now, I am not encouraging, what's it called, vote buying or whatever. But as it is now, my brother, it is what it is. We have to follow these people with the same energy. And whoever is getting ticket, I will repeat again or whatever. If the person not wake up, campaign for himself or herself, if we the obedient, or I'm speaking for obedient because I am an obedient, so I can't speak for the article and other people. If we do not see this candidate actively campaigning both on the ground, both online, anywhere, any area, nobody should go out and campaign for them. Because you can imagine somebody contesting for Saturday election. It was only when Peter Obi posted few days ago that a lot of us knew they are contesting. Are you kidding me or what? And then some riffraff they come and they blame on Peter Obi. Is Peter Obi a magician? So let's call a spade a spade. This candidate too, when these people when they get it, I think most of them are being sent from the opposition party to get the ticket because when they get the ticket, they don't do anything. They sleep and they are waiting for Peter Obi to come and campaign. So we not lose anything. We did not because we actually did not campaign. I don't want to say the ADC because I do not. For now, I am Peter Obi. Peter Obi is my party. If Peter Obi wake up tomorrow, tell me say they go this, I go follow. So for now, I will say Peter Obi did not lose anything because he actually did not campaign like he's supposed to. Mr. Mongulo, I don't know what his name is contesting now in Anambra. If he really want to win, He should be doing more than what he's doing right now, because I am actually not seeing anything that he's doing. And by the time he loses the election, people will come again for Peter Obi. Peter Obi did not, but they forget that this guy not do anything. And Obide will not support anybody that is not ready to support it herself. So if the Labour Party candidate want to win his election, let him start now. He should have the same energy Peter Obi had during the 23 election, and the energy Peter Obi still have till date. You will see Peter Obi moving from place to place, like say in the campaign. Person when get election go to sleep. So how that one take work? So it is always easy to blame. It is always easy to say Peter Obi did not do this, but the candidate themselves, what are they doing? That is the point I want to bring out here. And 2027, if Nigerians want to do Oli Oli, Nami Oli pass to win election, it will not work. Yeah, I'm here. Not will happen. It will not work, because nobody, these people will not give you election for free. They will not give you this thing for free. So is it that my own now is even individual? If you want to even buy this, Peter Obi do not need to tell you. If you are waiting for Peter Obi to tell you go and buy vote, you are wasting your time. If you know you want a better Nigeria, do your own. Let everybody do their part. I am not encouraging it, but as it is right now, this INEC, they are working for these people. If you go to Tinubu government, you will see about how many INEC officials working for them in the government. Then you expect a free and fair election. INEC people working for. Imagine what's his name again? I cannot remember his name. INEC, someone that worked for INEC, IT worker is not this whatever in APC government, and you expect a free and fair election. So please, let's call a spade a spade. 2027 is going to be do or buy level. If you see anybody rigging, make sure you beat that person to a point that even the police will not recognize him before releasing him. And then make sure nothing happens. Not with this and they say vote for this. And those of us in diaspora, if APC still win election, those your families you are sending urgent 1,000 naira to, do not send it to them anymore. Let them suffer, because they are part of the problem. I rest my case. Thank you.
My dad supports APC, so make I don't send out money again. All right. Thank you for your advice. That's not going to happen anyway. So let's move on. I don't know. 10/10. Who was supposed to go next? Okay, I don't think 10/10 is there. I'll just take the cue. So apologies for those
Oh,
who probably.
I thought I unmuted. Yeah, it's supposed to be either Victor Good or a hit, one of them before.
Okay. Let's just go with eight and then we'll go to Victor Gold.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Greetings, everyone, and I've been listening to all the submission and everything, and I can see the passion and the pain we are all feeling. So, just to comment on what's transpired in this by-election and the lessons we learned and the way forward, which I believe if we can, actually come up with solutions and follow up with that solution, it sometimes will help us to unite ourselves while we're still waiting for the opposition leaders to come up with a conclusive decision. So, how we can prepare for the next by election in competition with APC? My golden rule is one is make your competitors irrelevant, to not compete. Don't swim with them in the red ocean. Make a shift to the blue ocean, and the people will automatically follow you to the blue ocean. So what we're trying to do right now, doing this by vote like APC, you are swimming with them in the red ocean. You don't want to do that. You want to make a shift out of that place. So the law requires that INEC transmits the result live. And in the middle, INEC said there was a glitch in 2023. The opposition leaders, where we see Tinubu was very strategic according to what Gista said and everything like that. In some of those protests that happened in 2012, Tinubu was in the forefront of those protests. Based on people that like Tinubu, that support Tinubu, all those other big names came outside. All those guys, they have followers. They also came out and joined Tinubu in the protest. That was how it was massive. Now, you might be scared to want to do such kind of protest or blah, blah, blah. But there are some diplomatic ways you go about protest whereby they won't even have choice than to sit back and watch you because you are not condoning violence. So That one is one thing which I feel we should be doing. But let me proceed with my submission. The opposition leader should adopt a system and make a bold announcement to the international community overseas, outside of Nigeria, London, USA, press conference launching this system that they would need to adopt. This system has already been built, it has been tested. We just need them to adopt the system. And what is that system? Is the ability for these opposition leaders, based on this next election that will be coming up in 2026, which is Osun and Ondo, if they are going into that election based on what transpired this Saturday, if they are going into that election, they should use this system, test run this system, and make sure it's working in that next election, whereby they are able to transmit their results that their polling unit agent, which the law requires, that polling unit agents have to sign from EC8 form and from EC89. So what INEC is doing now, based on the lessons they learned from 2023, which they've corrected and perfecting now, is that they when those cancellation in the 2023 election was on IRF portal, it was a shame to them. So right now they are perfecting it. So right now, what we observed is the fact that from EC88, all those ones that agent will sign, they don't touch it. When they get inside, which is that from EC8D and E, which is the states and the federal, inside that is where you cannot come in. Even polling unit agents are not allowed inside that place. That is where Obaseki tried to get into in a Edo state election. They prevented him because in the polling unit, PDP were winning. So we should learn one or two from the mistakes of the past election, which they are doing, and they are perfecting the results. So the one they issue inside that secret place, the from D and E, is where they now write numbers in thousands. It says in Edo State, 106,000 people. Like even the ones Peter Obi did in the last election, in total, everybody that voted transparently, it was around 54. The old people where people came out in abundance. But how can you this time 100? So that is how they will forge numbers inside that secret room. And in 2027, they will declare them as the winners. So we need to, if they adopt this system, right there at the polling unit, what the people wants to see is their result, the real results. Once we are able to transmit that result to the people, that say, hey, based on what you, as you are voting, we are insisting that our vote must count. They will transmit that result based on the system that these opposition leaders adopted legally with the international view on on them. Because you have to shine the light on these criminals. They act in darkness, they operate in darkness. Despite you want to swim with them in the red ocean, you don't have to swim with them. Be in the blue ocean, but you can still operate like them in the red ocean. But then you are shining the light on their weaknesses, while you are preaching the new hope, the hope to the people once again that, hey, come outside and vote. 2027 election, there was a glitch. But in 2027 election, the new opposition leaders are coming up with new ideas, new transformation, whereby our results, they will transmit it live in comparison with INEC. So that one alone is hope for the people to come out, to rise up once again and fight. So you have to give the people the reason for them to fight. So where that comes in now, so once we have that in place, they will test run that system in Osun State and in Ondo. If they are not able to successfully do this, that means we have a big fight ahead of us in 2027. Because right now, we are not trying to be violent. We want the right thing to be done. Transmit the results, let the people's vote count. So if you cannot do that and you want to keep enslaving us by rigging, buying votes, let me tell you, these people, they don't buy votes. They just use the vote buying of a thing to kind of show people that this is what they do to get the vote. It's a lie. It's a show. So once they do that vote buying, they pay one or two persons, blah blah blah. Before you know, it don't cast. So the result is where they change it in the forms D and E. So, but that vote buying, so that is where we, in part of this, we the people, once this opposition leader adopt this system, we the people will now volunteer as a pledge to act as anti-vote buyers, which is that go med. You must protect your vote. Go med. Don't get it wrong. The way we come together is different people with different ideas. Let us put those ideas together, work together. When I came into the space, I saw Dr. Mo's picture for the AMAC chairman on the Jumbotron. After a while, but later on, I couldn't see it again. Probably it was deleted. I don't know who did that, but I would say APC is taking advantage of our fights against each other to capture more states, more power. So I would strongly recommend whoever that posted that Dr. Mo should reach out to MC Tagwa. MC Tagwa is that guy that talks, that acts like Buhari. It was very fun for us watching him then. I could remember the laughter whenever I see him with that Buhari's cap. We can revive that issue. Let that guy come in now as acts as our Buhari, because Buhari signed IREV into law before he died. We keep insisting that we must transmit that result. Say Baba, we will revive that statement, that mantra once again. Why that guy will act as the new Buhari on in our own time, because he's with us, he's with the people. So let Dr. Mo reach out to MC Tagwa, or MC Tagwa reach out to Dr. Mo. Let them work together. Let one step down for the other one take over the next one after the first. So work together. Don't be divided. So together, Dr. Mo and Dr. M. Stawa people, we win that AMAC chairmanship before we lose it again to APC people. So
Wait,
once we're able to
what
start,
party is the MC Tagwa running now?
He's an SDP.
MC
Oh,
Tagwa
okay,
is in
okay, okay,
SDP.
okay.
Yeah, he's an
You get
SDP.
so let us do that one for now as we the people, not with coalition people. We as the people, Dr. Mo, reach out to MC Tagwa. MC Tagwa, we must work together. Let us win this together as a people. Once we're able to win that first, we have something that unites us. Dr. Barry is another rascal that I like to work with, in as much as. But for me, we must not be fighting ourselves over on the space. This is just we meeting on the space by opportunity, just to make Nigeria better. So why you they kill your head over this thing? If somebody slap you based on this, now digital slap he give you, he did not slap you physically. No problem. You slap me, no wala. If you know, so don't be. Let's work together. With that unity, we are able to defeat these guys. So please, whoever that has ear, let them hear. We have a system that has already been developed. We can give it to them to adopt it. Once they adopt that system, go into the international world as the leaders, be shining, be talking of the bad things, how they are disrupting the political parties with different favorous court orders, trying to prevent. Let this thing be out there in the international space. Then these local medias will start capturing the news and be reposting, since they are failing to do their work as a media entity. So take the news outside, take the news outside and publish it out there. So please, guys, these are ways we can win. These are ways we can make these people irrelevant. These are ways we can solidly can work together as a people, because we need the people to defend our votes, and we don't need rascality. Those old soldiers, all those old policemen and armies which Oga Sowore worked with, we can reach out to Oga Sowore. Oga Sowore, please, even if he doesn't want to work with us, we reach out and work with those retired policemen directly to say, oh God, no, this is the fight. And if we win, we will make sure that whoever that emerges as our president, we make sure they pay you guys your arrears. We make sure they pay you guys. Anyways, I yield the mic, guys. That is all I wanted to say. And thank you guys for listening. I yield. Bye.
Thank you very much. All right, let's just quickly move the mic sharp to Victor Gold. Please go on, Victor.
Uh, Thank you, Deji. Please, can you hear me? Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, thank you for the opportunity to be able to speak. I have been attending, but have never spoken. I've been much a listener all this while. But I'm going to, well, based on the by-election, I didn't expect much, okay, because we're still putting the house together and hoping it will work. But my view is.
Sorry, is he speaking? I can't hear him.
I can't hear anybody too, Deji. I thought I was
Okay.
on the only.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Um, Ajao, please go on. Ajao. Zajao then. Okay. You shall know the truth. Go on.
Deji, I cannot hear anybody. Oh. You
Okay,
shall know the truth
Mohammed,
is
go
not.
on. Mohammed, go on.
Where everybody there now? Deji, everybody where you call, nobody speak. Oh. Waiting the apple. Make I make my.
You see, yeah,
I've spoken earlier,
I did
right?
hear you.
Okay, like Deji called like three people, like they know they're close to their phone or something. I just wanted to add something. There was a question Deji asked, right? That this coalition we're looking at, this issue about vote buying, whatever. In short, the simple question: can this coalition people can they stop INEC from putting off the IREF? I'm trying to rephrase the question. DG, I think the answer is yes and no. Because what you're asking that lady, I think the guy that spoke before the lady, that can this coalition can they stop all this vote buying, all the discrepancies that come with elections? Are they ready to chest it? I think if they come together, they can do that. And I think I agree with the lady that spoke again that we cannot use these by-election results to jump into conclusions. You understand? And again, why? What was the timetable for their campaign? Because it was close to the election that I just saw Nasir El-Rufai campaign with people. I don't know them. You understand? So, and when you were talking about when I interdicted you earlier, when you're talking about Anambra State election is coming, Oshun is coming. I think those ones that are coming next year, the coalition has more time to strategize. But I think for Anambra, I will be blunt. I don't think the coalition can win Anambra. Let's be objective. I don't think so. I might be very wrong. But I think moving forward, like the last speaker said, these people can, test run what they have in the next governorship elections that are coming up. With that, they can say, oh, we are ready to face these guys. You understand? So you have to put everything, you have to check all the boxes. Like people said, we learn every day. Experience is the best teacher. So maybe if you have not experienced being, used in a polling unit, or maybe you can have it for the first time. And I'm happy that we're having the continuous voter registration. So new voters are coming in. So it depends on how early the incumbents or the coordinators get these voters to their sides. Because at the end of the day, I think the votes will still count. Yes. At the end of the day, the highest numbers will still be declared as the winner at the end of the day. But how you get those highest numbers is now the bone of contention. How are you getting these numbers? How are you doing 65% in South South, in Northwest, in Northeast? How are you doing that? How are you winning Lagos again from the incumbent? How are you winning Abuja and Rivers? Because Deji, to be frank with you, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2003, if you want to win elections in Nigeria, win Kano, Lagos, and Rivers, you are the winner. You understand? Before we even know about the KKK, before the KKK states start coming, when you win Lagos, Kano, and Rivers, you are at the top edge. But guess what? Tinubu did not win any of the three. He's the president. He got the numbers. The opposition divided their votes. Tinubu lost Lagos, lost okay, he rigged Rivers, but later you understand, lost Abuja. Is the winner. In short, Tinubu did not win any of the KKK states. Atiku won Katsina, Atiku won Kaduna, Kwankwaso won Kano. You get. So now it's not about you winning those states. Is you getting numbers that matter. So I think we have a lot of job to do. I think there's work to be done. Maybe on Twitter. I swear, Deji, maybe on Twitter. I'm pained, but let me just use my mic. I've spoken before. I'm sorry for interjecting you, Deji. I just wanted to tell that Anambra, I just feel Abga will take it. I'm looking at yes, because I've seen people come with their full chest telling me how Okwebolo was very, very correct and very, very powerful to make sure APC wins Edo. And there's nothing we can do about it. Do you understand? So that's how powerful a governor. Imagine that governor that as dumb as that.
That one,
But he's
that
bringing the numbers,
that
and
one no be governor.
he
Man.
has even promised Tinubu 2 million votes. You understand?
That
So where are we going to?
Monday
Anytime I can-
Okpebolo is not a governor. He's doing the job he was installed to do. I don't. I mean, he's
and he has promised Tinubu 2 million votes in Edo. So I think that is something we should look at, because you need numbers. The coalition, the opposition need numbers across board. Anywhere they can get the numbers. If not, they go beat us blue black. That's the fact. 10/10. Well done, oh, well done. I don't take
yeah.
time for this
Thank
thing
you.
since
Yeah,
morning.
thank you, Yusuf.
Tinubu is gone. Tinubu is gone.
Um,
The man is gone back to body
Glory
Mr.
rot.
man,
So
can
Mr.
we?
Tinubu
Victor,
is
why are you
gone.
in this coalition space, Mr.
so
Victor? What do you
I
want to
have.
do?
I
Can I speak now?
okay. Hold on, Victor. Sorry. I
Okay,
have a
I'm sorry.
feeling that Okpebolo man goes. He go like that 2027. That it will be worse than 2023. They'll
Deji,
go there your face, tell you like this, say if they born you well, vote just no vote for APC.
Deji,
See what go
person
happen to
installed tout as governor, tout like motor park tout, and was told,
Omo,
"See, we are
see,
putting
make
you
I
as
no
a
lie.
governor."
I thought he was playing when he said that to you. But going
No,
by what
now
I saw on Saturday, that guy is serious. So
that man a typical
Name I
tout.
tell you, say name now. Kolokolo. No be
Monday
Okpebolo.
kolokpolo na him as they call am. Monday kolokpolo. He no get sense. I don't know, like my two friends.
yeah,
I don't know. You
yeah.
people don't have a governor. Now touts. They just installed the guy there to execute. See, what he did over the weekend was exactly, in fact, that's exactly why they elected him as a governor. Simple. That's just the reason. Nothing else. That's why the roads in Edo State, Benin, is in that condition. Oga doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Doesn't
Anyways,
care, okay. Victor gone.
But wait, you guys are confusing
No,
your
your
voters.
Victor, not
What
your
is
Victor,
coalition? Is
please.
there a
Victor
party
Gold.
called
Victor
coalition?
Gold, please. Go
Eh?
on.
Why do you think
Okay,
party must have name and logo
Mr.
okay.
Victor,
and
please
they
stop.
must sell that name and
Uh,
logo?
I'm trying to speak, but
Victor
someone is
Gold,
still
please go on.
speaking. All right. Thank you very much, Deji. I have been listening to the space for quite some time, at least the whole day today. This is my sixth time joining. I've always been listening, but today I've decided to speak because I want to give my view and the direction, and I hope people will see a reason with me. We have all made sense. I've listened. The three last speakers spoke fantastically well. But I believe that at this point right now, where we are today in Nigeria, we should not be speaking about camps anymore. I will try to make us remember that the biggest decider for the 2023 election was the obedience. Obedience made the biggest difference. They became the force to reckon with. And I believe the fear of the APC is the obedience. The biggest backbone today that P2B has is the obedience. And to me, what does the obedience really stand for? What does it mean? Obedience is just a group of youth,
Sorry, is it
Nigerian youth.
about the by-election?
Yes, I'm getting there.
Because I'm not understanding why you have to be explaining what obedience is
No,
for us.
I'm getting there. I'm just trying to
Just
build.
get there quickly, please.
Yeah, I'm trying. Thank you very much. Uh, just the same thing I'm trying to say. Well, we didn't do well in the by-election, is because we were not out there, and our leaders in in the coalitions who we expect they can't do everything. You understand? Some people were speaking about fire for fire, roaring like a lion to win elections. And I'm trying to remind us that we, as obedient, have a bigger role to play than the leaders who we are actually representing. And what I'm trying to say is that we should forget about camp at this point and begin to work. The biggest force, like I said, in the 2020 election is the obedience. And I believe the obedience it will be the biggest game changer in the 2027. The by-election has come and gone, and I didn't expect us to do more than what we are seeing at this point, because at the meantime we are not organized in-house. And I believe the biggest organization we can have is to getting obedient movement to be doing what I feel we should be doing at this point. uh, sensitization, going around talking to people to get their voters card ready. That is what I believe we should be doing. We should be playing the opposition role. There were demonstrations before APC came to power. Who are the ones doing the demonstrations today? No one. Who can do those demonstrations? The obedient. That's actually my view. Most people might not agree with me, but I believe, if you ask me, I believe in the lowest hanging fruit. The lowest hanging fruit right now is the obedient movement to be stronger than it was in 2023, heading into 2027. The obedient movement as a group, if we become stronger, increase in numbers, forget about which camp we belong to. Actually, what we should be doing now is to be bringing people more into this movement, telling people what good governance look like, how to get leaders that can represent us as Nigerians. That is what I feel we should be doing right now. There was a demonstration, the armed forces people, I don't know whether it's the police or the military, was talking about their pensions and everything. The obedient movement should be championing those kind of causes. This is what we bring people into the movement. The obedience movement as a group is bigger than Northwest. If we come together, whatever place you feel the vote is coming from, as a group, if we make ourselves stronger, if we are bigger as a block voting for a candidate who we believe we trust. You understand? That is all I want to add. And thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's go with Loriman. Then we'll have Ayakachi. You go after Loriman.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Deji. 10 over 10. How is everything? Good evening, all. Am I audible, please?
In Aquana Loriman.
Life here, hello. In Agaja, 10 over 10.
Lori man, na gan kun yi vote
Mun
buying
gode
jiya a Kano
Allah.
Why am
shekaran jiya.
I body buying bunny?
Ne-
Chairman ne ke raba kuɗi sa old picture. Nan chairman ɗin gwada ne mojo. Ka san shi akwai jika hanta. It's just old video. So
Get
APC wai kun biya dubu goma goma.
haka suke charge. Allah leave them alone. They are useless bloody full cantankerous. They don't know what they are doing. Let me go
gaskiya ko?
directly to the topic. Coalition performance at by election lesson from 2027. So I already make my mind and I tell a lot of people I don't usually judge Nigerian politicians influence or stronghold when it comes to by election. And anybody that is in democracy and on this political process, you have to believe that I don't usually rate the performance of any politician when it comes to general election. They are by election, there is different. Even me, from my point here now, I know the constituency that I won in Kano. Kunchi Tsanya Anan Shano na Bagwai is one of the best stronghold for APC, and everybody knows that it's a no-go zone area for APC, no matter what the election is. But the long run, we have secured and win the election. And the other election is a rerun. It's an election that is being cancelled. Even the member has already been in the House of the Assembly, but the court rule is that there are some 10 polling units that they need to go back, and that for the area for election for another vote in that area. So as a result of that, even before that, the APC are leading us with 3,632 votes. So at the long run, despite the fact that we went to the INEC, so they do what they can. They cancel a lot of votes, almost 4,600 and something vote, which give them the chance for them to. So let us go like this. So let me go back to the point that I'm making. Whoever going to galvanize and believe that the performance of coalition at the by-election is the picture that will dictate and going to 2027 general election is usually deceiving itself. We know how the by-election is, the people that have the power, the ruling party, they usually galvanize in such small areas and go with a little bit resources, with their own resources, with their personnel, with their security, to make sure that they win the election. But in general election, kowa ya san gidan ubansa, meaning that each and every one of Nigerian will go back to his polling unit, his local government, his state, to make sure and cast his vote. not like the general election. So don't, anybody that is in coalition, don't bother yourself, don't deceive, don't make all these APC mongers to deceive you, telling you you are not performing. The only thing I urge them is that what I want us to concentrate, especially we that we are in the opposition now, the INEC have opened their already their portal. The only thing that I want us to encourage on this platform, let's galvanize, let's make a very good plan. How are we going to make Nigeria to go and register, especially that our members of coalition? How are we going to encourage people across the Nigeria, across the 777 local government of Nigeria, across the world, across the state? How are we going to make them people to go and register? How can we believe that the ADC and all the opposition party, how are they going to make a very good strategy, even with the resources, to provide the resources within the grassroots to make people to register and voter education? This is what we are doing. This is what we are planning for now. This is not something that I'm going to say on social media. But we, the Congosia, we have already even go far on how are we going to make people to go and register, how are we going to go for voter education, even by in the next this coming month on the 5th, we have a very good town hall meeting across the portfolio local government to engage our people, to tell them go and register, go and get your PBC. We are going to deploy at least pure water, can put to eat everything across the world, across the state, to make sure that people are there, and even to educate them. How are you going to vote? How are you going? This is what we are planning for. We know it is the only weapon that we can do to take the APC down, because we don't have the money to take them down. We don't have the DSS. We don't have the police. We don't have the everything. The only people that are is the masses. How are we going to get the masses? Getting the masses, let them register, and encouraging the government to do the right thing in education, in healthcare, in infrastructure. That is the only thing that you can rob the Nigerian mind, because people are in absolute and total poverty. The only people that remain is Nigeria is the rich and the poor. Nothing like middle class and the lower, like and the lower class. Nothing. All of them are being eradicated in Nigeria currently. Everybody, if you are not rich in Nigeria, you are poor. That's the class that we are in Nigeria. So the APC, they have the money. The governors, they have the money. That's why Bola Ahmed Tinubu is giving them the money. And the money that is beyond your expectation. So that people, they have the money. Let me give you categorically, if you want to believe, here in the northern part of Nigeria, I can categorically mention some rice mills that the government has already buy their mills, their rice, against 2027 general election. They are there, just there producing the rice for them to take it and distribute to the people across the country. This is what I'm telling you. So the only thing that we have is the people of Nigeria. Let them go and register. Let them have their votes. Let them have the voters' education. Let them have a lot of spaces. How are we going to get people like 10,000 people or 3,000, 4,000 on the spaces daily to make sure that Operation Show Your PBC. Do you have your PBC? Come and speak. From where polling unit? From which polling unit? From which state? From which local government? From which village? Which political party are you following? Are you going to vote coalition? What's the reason for you for the vote coalition? And lastly, I am together with coalition. No matter what my principle even is in the APC, I'm telling you 100% I'm together with coalition, because I do believe, by the grace of God, the person that gave me the full confidence is the spokesperson of the party. I talked to him personally, and he tell me the ADC are trying to bring something different on the table before end of the month to make sure and convince Nigeria. I tell them what the party are they going to do in terms of the economy, what the party are they going to do in terms of the full subsidy, what are you going to produce, are we going to have next Dangote? What are those people refineries? What are the plan? This is what Nigeria want to hear. But any cho, just leave it. Let us provide good governance. We are together with coalition. We are going to build coalition, but let Nigerians go and register in the polling unit. Let them go there, get the PBC. We have the numbers. Let me tell you, we are going to kick Aswaju. And no matter, don't anybody come and deceive you, telling you that and he has governors, he has resources, they are not ready. I see Tahir that he's calling, he's from Kaduna. He's telling that he's been discouraged because he's seen people are buying vote when it comes to election in Kaduna. That I say, brother, We are in this system. Don't be discouraged. Don't be amateur. We are in politics. We know the strategies that we are going to deploy when it comes to if they have money. You uncle, if you have numbers, go and get your money, put it on the bag. If they want to buy a boat, go and buy the boat now. If you know you have good things what you can do for Nigerians, that's the only way. Don't leave them to give the money while you stay down. Give if they give 100,000, you also if you have the 100,000, give them. Convince Nigeria, let them go about you. Anybody that will tell you in Nigeria they are not going to use money when it comes to election is deceiving you. We're going to get our resources, but we will make sure we do a good thing to people that even the money will not even convince them to go and get us out of the power. Thank you very much. Oyadika, you have the mic.
Uh,
Yeah, thank you, Lori man. Onye, can
thank
you
you.
yeah, Onye, do me a favor. Do me a favor personally, right? Can we let Papa V make a submission and then you use the expertise to give Papa V response that he deserves? Because I know say in Papa V mission here, he no come here to help us plan or learn our lessons. So Mr. Victor, I'm letting you go. So
Tinubu is God.
I'm, let,
What kind
I'm letting you go
president?
so that one of our capable hands will take care of you.
Tinubu is God. It's
Just
God.
go
It's
ahead with
God.
your
Trust me.
submission. You have
Believe
3 minutes.
It's what he didn't even get half a vote in Santa Kaduna. Don't worry, it's 4,000 thug that they used to get all those things. It was in the night that they wrote the result. In the night. Twitter is not real life. You people need to wake up. The ones that are abroad that are making noise, you need to come and touch the grass. Eh? Like the president said to the governor, wet the grass a little. You people need to come and touch that grass where governor don't wet. And for those people who don't know anything about politics, telling people to register, we have 97 million people on the voters register. You couldn't get 25 million of them to vote. You still have 72 million people to go and convince. So people registering is not your problem. Your problem is getting people to the voting station. Can you get people to the voting station? No, because they give shishi. You don't have talia, you don't have spaghetti, you don't have shishi, you don't have coordinator, you want electronic voting to do everything for you. You don't even have agent. What stop you from setting up your own IREV? IREV is just when they collect the from ECHA, they post it online. It's just a web server. I mean, like you people always surprise me sometimes when you talk about Nigeria election. It is obvious that most of you don't even vote. You don't even know the process. You just make noise. At least, wait. When did NMPP join the coalition? Because this one that I'm seeing online, I never understand NMPP dey inside coalition. Abi Lori man just dey use this one, just dey use this one to push the people wey no know wetin dey happen because dem dey abroad abi. Anyway, Tinubu is gone. That's my conclusion. The man is gone back to Bodilo. Did you see Malam on top of the SUV sitting down? All the votes in the pocket except the 4,000 thug that beat him. That's why he couldn't get any votes in Santa Kaduna. I beg, it's time to wake up. If now everybody now they talk say no go use by election judge. Wetin you wan use judge again? I beg. Why you think say that they do mock for JAMB or WAEC?
Papa V,
No be make you
Papa V, you
know
have 30 seconds.
wetin you score.
Wrap up
Eh?
in 30
Make
seconds.
una wake up o. Make una dey wake up o. Una too dey waste online. Elon Musk go soon dey charge una for all dis thing wey una dey talk because no be real life una dey talk o. After dey wipe una Oraimo cord, na dey say no be for constituency dem hold dat election. No be for inside bush. Southern Kaduna where even at the height of APC, we never won there. We win it now. You people are saying no, make una no judge. Make una dey wake up sometimes. Make una no dey waste our time. But Tinubu is
All
gone.
right.
I promise you, Tinubu is one-time
All right.
president. It's gone.
Are you? I guess.
Go warm about. Go, Mr. Victor. Go warm about. Go
I
warm about.
guess. I guess you're done. Before Onye responds or makes his submission, Papa V, you know why I wanted you to speak, so that all of us here will feel like, listening to people like you now. A lot of us said that don't agree with ourselves. Will remember what you just said and be like, hmm. So based on what Papa V has just said, okay, we need to prove him wrong. So thank you so much for your for that your I don't know if I'll call it wonderful submission. Anyway, I don't even know if it requires a response from Onye. But Onye, my brother, you have the mic.
10 over 10. There is no. I greet everybody. I greet everybody. But there is no need. All of us know who Mr. Victor is. So there is no need to even respond to him because it is from the what the opposition say you will need to know. I have to disagree with Malam Nasir Rufai on something. Malam Nasir Rufai said that no matter how disorganized the opposition is, that Tinubu is not, it doesn't have any power. But I disagree with Malam Nasir Rufai. You see, these things, there are advantages, there are disadvantages. The disadvantage is that it will dampen the hope of the people in the opposition. However, the advantage is that it will show you where the loophole is. Because all these people that we have voted now, all these House of Assembly members and senators, by 2027, all of them they mustn't do 4 years. By 2027, all of them will step down or recontest. So by that time, it will be a fresh exercise. So um, the opposition, sadly, at this point, we are still disorganized. I want to find succor with what Lori Man said that somebody told him, the spokesman said that in 1 month time or thereabout, they will bring out some kind of direction on terms of policy. So if we can be able to do that, I will beg the opposition member. You see, the thing is that if I heard Mr. Victor trying to mock Lori Man about no. Even Kwankwasoya himself said that even if Tinubu tell him to campaign for him, that the people are not going to accept Tinubu in Kwankwaso. That is what Kwankwaso said. I know Mr. Victor doesn't understand Hausa. Uh, so anything the Lagos Ibadan Expressway newspaper tells him, he carries it and begin to gloat everywhere. So, but if an opposition party that is not even in the coalition, like NMPP and Kwankwasia, can be backing the coalition, what is now holding you that claim that you are in the coalition to now back the coalition fully? That is what it's telling us. That is what this thing is telling us now. And I'm confident that the Kwankwasia movement that is well strong. Let me tell you, from this by-election, it showed that the Kwankwasia movement is more organized than the coalition. So it is understandable because they have contested the election in 2027. So the coalition as a unit haven't contested any election yet. So if they are now saying, okay, we are going to vote, let me even tell you, a lot of people in Africa, because I see a lot of APC people rejoicing. A lot of people in Africa are backing the coalition. So so if these people are backing the coalition, so what does it now hold we that are claiming, because the members of the coalition are the Air Rufai's group, the CPC bloc, the LP, which is the Obedient Movement, the PDP bloc, the ones that are not loyal to Wike. What it now means is that everybody must come together and make this presidential election in 2027 a two-horse race. Because if you make it a multi horse race, if you make it a multiple that is more than two, it is going to be a problem. Tinubu will find a way. When Mondo Kwebolo, the Akwakomiza in Edo State, Mondo Kwebolo, Abi? They call him Akwakomiza, Abi? Oshomole say na Akwako Rescue. So when Mondo Kwebolo, he don't show us the pattern for this senatorial election. Mondo Pebolo won with 40 something thousand for the senatorial election when he won in 2023. This time around, the APC candidate was scoring over 100,000 votes. So what it means is that you see APC is coming with a pattern. So when Akwakomiza go deliver a those state and he's already promising 2.5 million, we should find a two-party system, a two-horse race to counter him. Because it's only a two-horse race that can be able to counter Mondo Pebble. uh The most dangerous set of people you will have in APC are people like Mondo Pebble. Make no mistake, these are the most dangerous set of people you will see in APC. Because that one knows sabi anything now only to rig election, I ain't good. And he go use anything within his disposal to do it. Because that is the only thing he knows. For those of you that are saying, oh, he doesn't know, that is the kind of person we need to counter. Uh-huh. So in a two-horse race, it will be difficult. A two-horse race will generate momentum in such a way that Nigerians will have only two options. Those two options, or even rather three, those two options will be to either vote Tinubu or vote against him, which means voting the coalition, or stay at home. So they have that three options. And I can guarantee you that most Nigerians will not vote for Tinubu. Make no mistake to think that people will not vote for APC. You see, this is where we have an issue. Make no mistake. You see, Lori Man, who is a northerner and a core Kwankwasiya movement and politician, most of us are not politicians, know this thing, and that is why he's thumping me up. Don't think that people are not going to vote for APC. That is the mistake that you will make. To think that, oh, people are not going to vote for. The only thing I will agree is that there are more people that are against APC than people that are for APC. That is the truth. But don't think that there are APC will not get vote. Don't be telling yourself that wherever you see APC win, don't think that all of them are rigging. Some places they actually win. uh So that is the issue. Don't think that if APC wins on certain places that it is not true. No, there are places they will win without even vote buying or even rigging. And this is what is giving us the issue that we always keep underrating the opponent and we are overrating ourselves. Because I hear somebody came here and said that the obedient movement is bigger than Northwest. I mean, see, this is the kind of overrating that we shouldn't be overrating ourselves. If you overrate yourself, you will go and fail because they say pride goeth before you fall. You always, as an opposition against an incumbent, you should be able to go into an election as an underdog. Go as an underdog. Don't make the ruling party to notice you in order to, because what will happen is that if you keep exposing yourself, the ruling party will identify those your stronghold and make sure that they reduce the voters turnout in that area. One, they can sponsor violence in that area. Two, they can suppress vote by not allowing materials to get on time. And three, they can cause any kind of glitches and everything. People will not vote. So go into an election as an underdog. Don't overrate yourself. Don't underrate the opponent. That is the only way we are going to win. Make it a two horse race in such a way that it will generate momentum. It will generate international recognition. The international community will be interested. When the international community is interested, that is where you will see they will deploy people like they will in 2015, people like Professor Jerry Rawlings, Kofi Annan, all of them. You will see they will bring people from African Union, from ECOWAS, from United Nations to come to Nigeria as election observers and to stem any form of because that is because they will be looking at it and saying this particular election might take the head of the incumbent. The incumbent may lose. So the coalition need to bring that ticket that will make the opposition to lose and to win. If we want to project our candidate, let's project our candidate in such a way that he can be able to generate enough vote in a region where until now they are not strong. We need to produce, and for me, we need to bring a candidate that we can lock up southeast, northwest, and northeast. The opposition need to work out that ticket to lock up southeast, northeast, and northwest. Make south and north central a battleground. And it's only a two-horse race that can be able to do this. So, but the advantage of this thing is that it will now tell us that we have a lot of work to do. That is the advantage of that by-election. That is the advantage, is to tell the opposition that we have a lot of work to do. I think, okay, there is still an Anambra State election coming up in November. If not, I would have said that. See, all these, oh, go and be campaigning for PDP, SDP, Labour, AD, and different parties, and then because you have candidates there. For me, by this time around, the opposition need to stop that for now. Everybody must come into ATC now. Everybody must come into ATC now. Take it up as a party. Every election that is going to be held, all those leaders, Erufai, Peter Obi, Atiku, Amechi, Aregbe, must go there. That was what APC was. Go to that state that they are, just the way APC is doing. Go to that state where they are contesting that election. Camp there, campaign, show solidarity. If this leader show solidarity, all this back and forth the by their followers will reduce. It will be reduced to the barest minimum. If, for example, like let me give you an example. My constituency in Anambra South had a senatorial election. In Anambra South senatorial election. Anambra South, for those people that don't know, Anambra South is a very, very important senatorial zone. Yes, go to Anambra State and check. Anambra South harbors the biggest ever politicians you will ever witness in the southeast. That is a very tough senatorial zone. For you to win an election there, you need to be, in fact, have the most of the biggest gladiators in Southeast, in Anambra South. What the opposition should have done, would have used it as a litmus test. Go and host campaigns, just like I see APC and PDP holding campaigns for Edo State, Edo Central election. Go there. When you see people like Erufai, you see people like Atiku, people like Peter Obi, people like Amechi, Aregbesh, come to Anambra State. Go to Nnewi. Nnewi is the most prominent town in Anambra South. Go to Nnewi, go to Ekulobia. Put up all this campaign, this thing, stage. Campaign, generate momentum. When people on ground are hearing that these big gladiators are coming into Nnewi, for example, or coming into Ekulobia, or coming into Ihiala, or coming into Ozoboro, you will discover that what will happen is that it will generate momentum. That is the momentum I'm talking about. It will generate momentum. People will have the information. People will know that, yes, this is a two. That's why I'm saying make it a two-horse race. But if you come online, you are insulting Soludo. Soludo doesn't have Soludo. Is this? Who told you that Soludo is not popular in Anambra? Stop telling yourself that lie. You come online, you make this thing, and then when they go to election, we see a different result. That election that you see Soludo won in Abga won in Anambra South, there was nothing like all this vote buying. That is not true. The people voted for Abga. That is because they didn't see any alternative. When you make it this way, and everybody know that on election day, Atiku Abubakar is in Nnewi, or they know that Amechi is in Ibuku, where ADC as a party camp. It will generate momentum. You will see the governor will be jittery. That is what will happen. But everybody is to your tent, oh Israel. But I know that yes, it's not time, but it is time now. Let me give us this timeline finally 10 over 10. In 2013, that APC was formed, 2 years before election. The first election that APC conducted, and not conducted, that APC participated in was in 2013 November in Anambra State. Ngige was the candidate of APC running against Willie Obiano of APGA. APC was still at its infancy that time. APC mobilized their arsenal, came to Anambra State, came to Onitsha, Oka, and Nnewi, and campaigned vigorously for Ngige. All those big gladiators, Tinubu, Buhari, Erufai, John Oyegun, all of them were in Anambra State to campaign for Ngige. That was just in that particular year they formed APC. Despite the fact, mind you, despite the fact that APC as a party, because I was in Anambra State that time, APC as a party that time is not accepted in the Southeast. Mind you, it's different. This time around, this ADC coalition is more acceptable to the Southeasterners than the ruling party. But at that time, it was a reverse. APC wasn't really accepted in the Southeast. So people don't really like APC at that time, 2013. Yet, it was able to generate such momentum that the governor then, who is Peter Obi that time, was campaigning over time, campaigning very vigorously against AP. In fact, they were afraid of that APC can win, despite that handicap. That was because the leaders were intentional. The leaders will put in the work. It is not to your tent. Oh, Erufai, go and campaign in Kaduna for SDP. Go and campaign for SDP. Oh, P2B, go and campaign for ADC in Onitsha. Go and campaign for Labour Party in Anambra South. Go and campaign. No, it doesn't work like that. The effort need to be aggregated. The effort need to be aggregated. Everybody need to come together in one party. Don't be surprised that if you go to my village now, nobody knows that there is anything coalition. If you go to my village now, nobody knows there is anything coalition. Nobody knows. It's only online we talk about it. But when we register such presence, people will begin to hear about the coalition. So that is the main thing. Let's leave all this vote buying gimmick that we're talking about. There is nothing like that. APGA actually won that election. Even without vote buying or anything, they would have actually won the election because they were the ones on ground. They have the structures. They have their party members mobilizing for them. They have their party members, registered party members. Let me even shock you guys. In Anambra State, the party that has the highest registered amount of members in Anambra State is APGA. No party can, if you go to Anambra State, majority of the voters are registered members of APGA. And that is the reason why they win. It's just that during the presidential election, like the one we saw in 2023, that P2B won there. It's just that those APGA members now voted for Peter Obi. That was what happened. It wasn't as if maybe APGA was not strong. APGA is the strongest party in Anambra State by far. By far. Nobody can even challenge APGA in Anambra State. So let's leave all those one. Their party members voted for them. That was what happened. That is better we are telling ourselves the truth. So I like this thing that happened because in 2027, all these people that won this election we hand over. They will drop. But we have to learn lesson from it. We have to start consolidating. We have to stop all these Obi or nothing, this one or nothing, and go to the polls, just like what APC have given us a template to. APC 2013, 2014 has given us a template to follow. Go to the primaries. Let me tell you, do you know that primaries that produced Buhari in Lagos in 2014, it generated enough momentum for APC? Because if you say we should just dash somebody a ticket like that, the person will go to the general election and lose with a whimper. You will lose with a whimper. It generated momentum, generated a lot of momentum that Nigerians began to take notice. Because build up to that primary elections, a lot of people will be campaigning. A lot of news will be flying around. People in the grassroots will be listening. People in the grassroots will be hearing what is happening. When we finally produce a winner through that primaries, you will discover that Nigerians will take note. And that is how you work. And thank God that the primary election for the 2027 election, I think the deadline should be around June, July next year. So we have enough time. We have enough time. So 10 over 10. Sorry for
No,
holding.
it's okay. But Oyekachi, before you yield the mic, let me ask you, as someone that is from that Anambra, and I know how you followed Abga. I think I even remember, self, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Considering the upcoming election, and I know a lot of us in the that believe in, I mean, that follow PO, and we are in this coalition. We know he has said, except I'm wrong, that I mean, I think that's why the party has exempted them from coming in fully, right? So Onyekachi, from what you're saying, do you think that reason now for PO to stay out and pursue the support for this guy, does that election look like what um Soludo will lose?
Okay, 10 over 10. Thank you. That is a very brilliant question. See, if you ask me, I will say P2B should leave that election and commit fully to ADC. In fact, all the coalition, I'm coming to that, your question. All the coalition leaders, El-Rufai, P2B, everybody that is supposed to be in this coalition, leave all these elections. They are distractions. Leave all the because nobody knows it all. So the coalition leader might not know it all. Leave all these elections, come into ADC, organize an emergency meeting, sort that the one we saw when everybody came together. Bring Nigerians to the consciousness. Take register in ADC. Lead the registration drive across all the wards in Nigeria. Lead it. Rejig the APC consciousness, ADC consciousness in people. Now, 10 over 10. Let me tell you this. You might not like it too, but let me tell you this. Do you know that in our Anambra State election coming up in November, even if Obi, Peter Obi, even if he goes and campaign from now till next year, Soludo is, Peter Obi is from our Anocha local government, right? Yes, he's from Agolo in our Anocha local government. Soludo will defeat Labour Party in Anocha. I can guarantee you 100%. And I'm telling you, Soludo will do 21 over 21. There is no contest. Ask anybody, not all these people online that look at, there is no contest at all. As at 20, this is 2025, right? As at 2023 January, as at 2023 January, in Anambra State, it has been concluded that Soludo will go for second term. Nobody's even, all these things you see,
I think
all these
the moment Ifan Yoba died, right, it became
exactly,
a
yeah.
one.
I mean, it has been concluded, but Ifeanyi Uba came and was this. But the moment Ifeanyi Uba died,
Yeah,
last year June,
yeah.
there was no. It was almost over. It was over. Ifeanyi Uba would have given Soludo a run for his money, but Soludo would have still defeated him. Soludo would have still defeated Ifeanyi Uba of APC. He would have defeated him. He would have defeated him. So I would advise, because look at the kind of dragging that P2B is facing because he supported this lady that her husband died, and the other ADC members in Anambra State, they didn't win. He will further be bringing himself object of ridicule. He's not going to win. So let me tell you, even Obi himself knows it. He knows it. So let's not be delayed. He knows it. Ask anybody. Let me tell you, 10 over 10. It got bad in Anambra State that even known IPOB members, I'm not saying that Soludo is pro IPOB, known IPOB members, ask them. I know most of them. Ask them. They are telling you that they are going to vote for Soludo. So it's 10 over 10. Soludo went to my village just 2 days before this by-election. Yeah. He told my people in my village that they are going to support Tinubu in the presidential election. He told them that they are going to support Tinubu. He didn't even hide mouth to something that Normally, if you come to that, if you come to my village and say it, they might even stone you. If you come to my village and say that you are going to, so they might stone you. But Soludo went to my village. I can post the video for you to see. He went to my village together with that man they call a makeoff. You should know a makeoff for. He said that he's going to support Tinubu. He made it very clear. He told the people there, he told them that he's going to support Tinubu, that he's going to mobilize. And and that it's only Abga that can be able to connect to the center. That is what he said. Yet, after all those things, in my village, Abga won all the Senate, all the polling units in the last election. They won all the polling units. And I'm not even talking about they won it very clearly. There wasn't the person contesting under ADC is from my kindred. He lost his polling unit to Abga. So it's not Soludo is very, very popular in Anambra State. I mean, people can come here and begin to because he's not as bad as a lot of people make him to look in terms of performance. He has done some certain things that people, the perception of the people felt that maybe he did well. I'm telling you, known IPOB members, people that we are supporting, we are saying they are going to vote for Soludo. If it get to that level, just forget it. So
Because
I will
I sorry to interrupt you. Because I've always known Anambra when they do local, they do ABGA. When they go national, they do PDP back in the day. So hearing hearing Soludo and that assurance, I started I started wondering.
no,
But
no, that 10 over 10. Sorry, let me tell you this.
yeah,
Do you know that in 2019, no, 17, Willow Bano did 21 over 21, if you can remember. As governor, yes, he did. See, that is how Abga usually win. The last election, Soludo did 20 over 21 because Efanyoba won Newi North. The last election, Soludo, he did 20 over 21. That is how Abga usually wins election in Anambra. You get?
So, can I ask you a question, please?
No, let me just complete this point because I want to point out the concerns of 10 over 10 to allay his fear. Now, in 2019 election, when Buhari was going for second tenure, eh, Obiano supported Buhari. Obiano supported Buhari now, but I'm not sure Buhari got up to 5% of the vote. So what I'm telling you is that those APGA members you are seeing that we are voting for APGA this time around, despite Soludo can say whatever he wants to say now. He can say it. They are not going to argue with him. I'm trying to make you know that there is a difference, just like you say, between presidential election and governorship election.
My brother, God bless you. I
yeah,
said
nice
exactly
one.
this thing
Yeah,
You understand?
when I
yeah.
So
when I
during
made
that
my
presidential
submission.
election in 2023, those APGA members you see were the people that voted for LP.
Okay.
Even let
Yeah.
me tell you, even Soludo's commissioners, in the let's fight all those letters he wrote, voted for Peter Obi in the presidential election. So that is the distinction. So don't be afraid of all
So
those.
all these threats from David Umahi on what the southeastern governors have, so all of them are boo boo in the try.
Nobody know David Omar in Anambra State.
No, no, but
Just go and see them.
ten over 10, I don't know for David Umahi. That is a point. But I'm telling you,
So 10
No,
over 10.
David Umahi didn't even talk about Ebonyi. He talked about all southeastern
he's
governors.
joking. He's joking.
You
David Umahi is
understand?
joking. He's joking.
Yeah.
10 over 10. I have a question, though, please. So in
For
the West, when they are estimating a winner, they use opinion polls conducted by independent media. So what polls do you guys use? Because I hear this one will win, this one will win. What polls do you guys use to do this estimate?
sorry, I didn't get that. Like, are you talking about like the
So,
analysis of
like when
Anambra right now?
Yeah, when Oyekashi was speaking, and like several others to say, they will say, and this person will win, this person partner with Buhari,
Yeah,
this
but,
person
but,
partner with
but
this one.
I,
So,
I think I
what?
got your point. Like, for example, right? i-
Mhm.
Based on the election, the by-election that happened in Alhambra, if you were to make prediction, I don't
Yes,
for
what do you use for your predictions? Like in the West, we have
yeah, yeah, but if you
numerous
if you
independent media conducting this.
I get the whole pull something. If you know Anambra, for example, trend and history would you can make you can infer and make your predictions from history, right? From pattern. You don't sometimes you don't necessarily need to go.
What patterns? What drive these patterns?
Hold
Like
on now.
what
Yeah,
is?
I'm asking you, you're asking hold on a second. One of the patterns, I don't know if you listened. Nyakachi took time to explain it. Abga Anambra State right from time has always been an Abga state. So that's a pattern, that's a trend. You can infer from that pattern that that by-election was not going to prove otherwise. So you don't need to go to the field and get statistics or data or pool before you know.
So even from the trends, those trends over time that they've won, do they have any opinion?
Again, I don't know if I,
Ten over ten. Let me help
You
you.
see,
I don't
you
know
see,
about
is
that.
this our
Let me help you.
mindset? This our mindset is what I want to break. Because you will
Let
say
me
one
help you.
politician will do this, one politician will do this, no opinion poll, nothing, nothing. We'll just assume that what our own opinion poll is the ability of one person to rig and one person to bribe that. We speak out of that opinion. That is the mindset we have to change. Though it might be too late to do that before 2027, but we need to start correcting this
No,
mindset.
my brother, nobody is going to rig presidential election in Anambra State. Nobody will rig any presidential election.
I mentioned this earlier.
Even
They
governorship
no born
election,
you
we
where
need
to
to
rig
correct
Governors
our
presidential
will not
election.
read.
mindset.
No
Onyeka,
governor. Nobody will do it.
Kingsley said this thing when he made his submission.
They no
Onyeka.
born anybody where to
So
rig presidential election for Anambra
Like
State.
I mentioned earlier, Onyeka, wait, let me add something. When I spoke earlier, I mentioned that I am from Anambra. I'm from Orumba South local government. I belong to a telegraph group of home guys that are more into community development. Our local government, that's the group from across all the communities in that local government. There are over 15 communities there. We are over 80,000 people in this particular group, Telegraph group. Now, down there in that 80,000, over 80,000 groups, you will see people, APGA dominates the parties that are there. You see people from diverse political groups in Nigeria there. For this election that is coming up, this one that happened by elections, you will see there people declaring their support across. You see, there are no united candidates. We don't have that. Everybody, some people are supporting ADC, most people are supporting the Abgas, some are supporting PDP, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But then, when they put up a consensus up there, that's when this coalition stuff talk was going on. When they put up a consensus in this particular group, with over 80,000 people in it, to know the candidates they will be supporting, adopting in the election, general election, you see 99.99% of the people voted for P2B. So it doesn't matter whatever thing we do local. When it comes to national, it's entirely different blood. And that's why you will see, apart from Obiano, I don't think Obi have supported any other candidate in Anambra State and won the election. Obi can support whoever he wants to. I was telling Jack this thing the other day. Obi can support Moralo or whoever he wants to campaign for. But Moralo, I don't see him winning Soludo in the election. But no matter who you put on the candidate to go against Peter Obi, even if you want, put Soludo on that ticket, presidential ticket, to go against Peter Obi in the national election. That's when you will see the people. That's when you will see a different blood. That's when you see that despite that we know whatever we do in the state level or the local government election, when it comes to national, we also know what we do and who we support.
Yeah,
Kingsley described it very well. Anambra is a different. My see, yeah, 10/10. When we know the last presidential election, we had they did House of Reps, senatorial and presidential the same day. In my senatorial zone, YPP won the senatorial election, a final back, and it was with a landslide he won. LP won the presidential election, then APGA won the House of Reps. So for you to see that the people actually knew, even though it was that they don't know they do from head to bottom, they exactly know where they are voting. So it's not a parallel. You can't draw parallel with what happened yesterday with especially in Anambra State. You can't draw parallel. It's different. When they come to presidential election, it's a different mindset. But when it comes to governorship and House of Assemblies election, it's a different ball game altogether. They know exactly what they are voting. That is just what I wanted to add.
Yeah, thank you, Hekachi. It's always interesting when you dissect these topics and these issues. Yeah, thanks a lot. Um, I think okay. So again, you have your time. Then we'll go with
Yeah.
Emu, and
So I
then
can,
quality. So guys, um, I don't know. There are people who have new on the speaker session. So if you requested and you're in the speaker session, can you please let us know you want to speak? But go ahead, again. Sorry.
yeah, so I can't speak much at the moment because I don't know if you can hear me clearly. So what made me request the mic is just that question. I mean, we've made illegality so normal that we are now using it as an estimate. So we estimate that this person will win. We estimate that this person will win. Out of what opinion? Is it was there an independent opinion conducted or something? So that was just what I wanted to correct. I know it's difficult for us to change some things that we are used to, but we need to start asking certain questions. What polls did we conduct? Okay, they've been winning over time. How? These are the little things that we can adjust in our mind first before we can change things, the change we are looking for. So when we say this person will win, was there any opinion, public opinion conducted or something? So that was why I had to just request the mic. Let me know. But someone explained that okay, over time people have supported Soludo and he mentioned 80,000 or 90,000. That's a good one.
Okay. Oh, okay. Again, let me quickly answer you. In the US, right? We know some states in the US they call them red states, and we know some states in the US they call them blue states. For example, if you go to a state like Rhode Island, you go to a state like Connecticut, Massachusetts, some of these states are then those ones are naturally blue states. Democrats always win elections in those states. When you go to states like Arizona, you begin to see Republican. California, I believe, they call those ones red state. So most of the time, history has shown it, events have shown it, it's a pattern. So,
Well,
well,
you are right. You are
eh,
right. But you know that public opinions were conducted in this state, and you also saw that in this last election, things changed.
yeah,
Most states
yeah,
that they called, so you know the basics of all these red state, blue state, they are from public opinions.
but
Okay,
I know
you
that they are from public opinions. The history has proven that those states are always, I mean, they always go to a particular political party. You get my point? But what I was just trying to bring out from there is how you can make your how you can get some of these predictions and get them
Sorry, 10
right
over 10.
when
Can you hear me?
sorry, yeah, did you go ahead?
Yeah,
I was just
Ogene
trying to
Fiji.
answer.
I think just so that you can get this whole thing. If I ask you now that with the APC win Anambra State, what would you tell me?
obviously I would say no
Why?
because general opinion shows that the country is tired of.
That's
And
why
if they
APC
go
will
and
lose
if they go
Anambra
and
State.
conduct an independent, if they go and conduct an independent poll right now, you will see correctly. That is one thing that Nigerians don't have. The difference
Oh,
between
sorry.
a
Why
blue
did you
state,
say they will lose Anambra State?
they should go and conduct a public
You are
opinion
not
poll,
answering my question.
independent opinion poll.
When I say that will APC win Anambra State, you said obviously no. And I'm asking why.
Okay, so obviously might not be the correct answer, but public opinion, the perception we have is that everyone is tired of APC. You see, that is why an
Okay, so
independent
so so
conduction of an
so everyone is tired. So does that mean APC will not win any states in the
see
next
that's
election?
what now makes the difference is for people to conduct public opinion polls. This is the difference
Okay.
I'm talking
All
about.
right. So
Have that been done for us to estimate
Ogene
certain
Feji,
things?
the answer to your question, whether you realize it or not, is because there's already a pre-existing pattern. There's a trend. APC never wins that place. It does not matter what they do. It does not matter whether the people are happy with the government or not. There's a pattern, there's a trend. This is why people study patterns. APC might increase their vote, yes, but they will not win it. There's no need for
So, but that
any
pattern was born
opinion
out of
polls.
what? That pattern was born
There's
out
no
of
need
what?
for any opinion
What was
polls,
that pattern out?
brother, because there's a
See,
reason
it,
there is data. And data since God knows when has shown that this is just not the stronghold of this party. You don't need any other opinion
see
polls to
what gave
decide
birth.
that. Okay? So that is what you are not getting from what these guys are saying. There
No,
you
I
can
understand
study
what you are saying. The
patterns.
difference that gave birth to, yeah, what gave birth to that pattern? What gave birth to the pattern of a red state in the US is that people have always voted aligned with that red whatever, Democrat or Republican. Opinion polls have been conducted, and over time, the difference is the opinion poll. You need to
Again,
understand.
it's not
It's
It's not
okay,
necessarily. It
10
just the
was
over
it,
10.
it,
It's
pattern. It's
okay,
what
10 over
hurts.
10. I don't
it
think
wasn't
this
opinion
guy
polls.
is
It wasn't anything like
I,
opinion
sorry,
polls.
sorry. So
By the
so
time you do
it's 10 over
elections
10.
five, six
10
times,
over 10.
anyways, yeah,
I
that's
think
fine.
that word are stuck in Organephage's
Oh yeah,
consciousness.
I get the
So
point.
it can't change. Let
No,
him
what I'm
just
saying is
continue his submission
over
and
time we
end.
can,
I beg.
sorry, Deji, my okay, Deji, my last sentence is that over time a state can rig and rig and rig, and that becomes a pattern, winning a state. But the question is, are they truly the opinions of the people? Are they the choice? That's the right word. Are they the choice of the people? So what is giving
Ogene,
back to that pattern
Ogene,
that
it,
that you are
let
drawing
me
your
let me give
conclusions from?
you an assignment if that's the right word. This Anambra that Onyekachi took his time to explain. When you're free, go and check history of Abga with Anambra State and see why people look at that state and be like, okay, Ojuku and Co. That's an Abga. You get my point. So Abga is not just one small political party when people make prediction and say Abga, Anambra is Abga. And they are proud of it. That in fact, I don't know if you are done. We don't need
Okay,
to.
so the question I just asked myself is that prone to change? Okay, they've been, you need to understand me. Over time, ABGA is strong, they are this and they are that. But are they strong with the people? That's the question. Or they are strong in doing some other things that no other party can do to win the election? That's the question.
All right.
Their strength, is it coming from the people or from what they can do in their crooked ways and stuff like that? I don't know much about Afghan. I will admit that. But over time, we have made we continue to make estimate based on, oh, this person is strong, this person is this, and then how, what is their strength coming from the people themselves
The
or
long
coming
and
from
short of
their
the thing,
corrupt act and all
okay,
of
now
that?
is that they are strong with the people. I've told you that APGA has the highest number of registered members in Anambra State. Their members far outweigh any other party. That is the truth. Go and ask anybody. They are popular with the people. APGA is a party of the people in Anambra when it comes to local election. They don't want any party to win the governorship election. Go and see. Okay, now let me tell you. Other states, you can go to other states, you will see close elections where APC can win seven local government, PDP will win the other local government. No, but in Anambra State, APGA usually wins all the local governments. That is how it happens, no matter the candidate. In 2017, people were laughing at Willie. Oh, he's a drunkard, he's this. In fact, at that time, Willie was even openly against IPOB. In fact, let me even tell you, there was a time IPOB were protesting at Onitsha Head Bridge. Eh? Willie Obiano sent army people, and they killed a lot of all those IPOB members. Nnamdi Kanu was at the peak of his powers. Willie Obiano banned Nnamdi Kanu from Anambra State. People were even making jest of Willie. And Willie Obiano is not that kind of politician that is. You saw the way he finished his tenure, and he just went away. He wasn't even. He's not actually a politician. In fact, P2B had to even drag him to make him a governor. He wasn't even really interested in politics. Yet, he got 21 over 21. So, and after his tenure, Soludo came in to contest. It wasn't even a contest. Soludo is going to win this time around. Is with the people. And anybody that he presents, anybody that APGA presents in after Soludo's second term, will still win the election in Anambra State for governorship. So what other data do you need? So that data. Ask anybody. So my brother, APGA is the, let me even tell you, in a lot of quarters in Anambra State, they have already started lining up who is going to succeed Soludo under APGA. So that is the thing, under APGA. People have already, in fact, there are, if you ask core Anambra State people that are actually rooted in, they have already, we, all of us know who will succeed Soludo. He's not
And
even in
you
APGA
don't
yet.
need to rig election to even win it on
He
that.
don't even need
Even
to.
if you do it open ballot, do it online. Let everybody vote online. APGA will still win it.
Exactly. And in case Ogene did not know, when during the last election that Soludo won as the governor, other parties were doing vote buying. Anambra State people rejected the money. So in case you don't know, it's everywhere. They rejected the money. They wanted ABGA. Because let's tell ourselves the truth. If no matter how bad an ABGA governor is, eh, the people that started that party have already set a standard of performance. No matter how, and Anambra State people know, they have already set a standard of performance. But the people of Anambra State have seen that APGA is not a national party. So when it gets to national, they vote where the interest of the general southeast is. But during the local election, House of Assembly and Governor, you cannot defeat APGA.
But Onyi, are you saying that this has come to stay? Because you told me like 6 months ago that even this present governor, he had to decamp to the Abga to become the governor. So are we saying moving forward, Anambra forever and ever will be Abga? I'm trying to understand.
You see why I'm asking that question? Now you are getting somewhere. You see why I asked that
Let's
question, right?
wait till that time now. I'm telling you what is happening now. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm not Nostradamus to tell you. Currently, Anambra State is Africa. You cannot defeat Africa. In fact, now it's even weak. When Obi brought out to Uselo Okapazi and what is the Valentine, he was in PDP that time. PDP had structures and everything. They were more popular. Yet he lost his local government to Soludo now and to Willie Obiano. So what are we even saying this? It's not, it doesn't have need to matter, it doesn't matter anything. The thing is that it's not about rigging or anything. If it is rigging, okay, then remove Abga. Abga is not, is Abga wins the election clean clear. They win the election with normal. And they win you on a landslide. They take all the local governments. They take all the local government. They don't even leave one. No matter how popular you are, you lose to them because they are by far the strongest party in Anambra State. By far. By far. I'm not telling you by far.
I think you have answered that question, Onyi. I think you have
Yeah,
answered. Yeah, I think you have answered the question perfectly. You understand?
yeah.
So
So
for
yeah, go ahead. You want to say something, Yusuf, before we move to
yeah,
Emmy
exactly.
Truth?
I will just say this. So the person asking the question, how do we even get this? The opinion polls thing he was asking about. I think we are not there yet, to bros, because the opinion of people is not translating directly to how people are voting. You understand? There's a disconnect. So you can do your opinion polls and whatever and do your projections, but during the real-time elections, you see different, results. On the lighter note, thank you. Sorry for bumping.
No, that's fine. You know why I agree with what you said. A couple of months ago, when Malam Nasir El Rufai talked about how I think APC rating or something like that, right? If truly data or that pool was anything to go by, the kind of results, I
Exactly,
mean, maybe
exactly.
the vote buying part,
That disapproval rating was saying on TV on
yes,
right.
disapproval rating,
Exactly.
yes,
You see that those
disapproval
things are not
rating.
those things are not working on
So
ground. Yes, that's my point. That's my point.
exactly, yeah, that's fine. So let's go with who is yeah, Amy Truth. Amy Truth, go ahead.
Um, well, I won't come here and pretend to be a maestro of Anambra politicking or Abga politicking. I will say this: there are certain strongholds that APC cannot tip over, but does not mean they cannot come a close second. Um, so let's go back to the topic of today: coalition performance. Well, on the surface, this thing looks abysmal. It looks abysmal, but I don't think anybody should be surprised that it's abysmal. You shouldn't be surprised. Let's be real. You guys didn't really bring your guns. You didn't really come to play. You didn't come to play. Same thing happened in Lagos. You guys did not come to play local government election. You did not come to play.
So when you say you
And
guys, what do you mean? When you
the
say you guys,
coalition guys, not you
so you are not part of
specifically.
the coalition now, right?
No, I'm not part of anybody. I don't give a damn about party.
Bros, don't we know they fight.
No, no, I know I'm not fighting. I'm
If you
just
don't
saying
give a
it's.
damn about any party, then I don't know why you find yourself
No, I'm a Nigerian. I mean, I
in
like
our
to
space,
talk
and
about
then you
politics.
think you want us to listen to you. If you don't give a damn about any party, then you are
Okay, if you don't want me
contributing
to
to
speak,
people
then I'll
that give
just
it.
drop. Oh,
Yeah, if you
that's
don't want to
fine.
speak, you can drop now. But don't start
No,
on
I
that
want to
note.
speak, but if you don't want me to speak, I can
Bro,
drop.
you're saying you guys, like
Yeah, I'm talking about the
you
coalition,
guys.
guys. Is that an
Anyways,
issue?
All right,
bro,
let him
go
let him
ahead with your
speak. Let
submission.
him speak.
The word guys, is that a problem? Is that a derogatory term?
Just go ahead with your
Go on, you can
submission.
make it.
Okay, thank you very much. Because I know I wasn't derogatory in any way. So the coalition guys didn't come out to play. And in my own opinion, I think that the mechanism is just mostly geared towards the presidential. And it's for me, it's a little bit concerning because if you guys say you are going to be opposition, you need to fight the incumbent in every electoral cycle, every by-election, every gubernatorial election, every local government election. You fight them for a space everywhere so that you can completely take over the country. Winning the federal elections alone is not enough. Even if you say, okay, you guys are a new party, you want to change things, you want to change policies and make things better, you can't do it if you just capture the presidency alone and maybe a few senatorial seats. If you really want to make changes, you're going to have to catch them everywhere on all forms of government, on all spectrums. So for me, this does not show that the party has gotten its footing. I don't even think the coalition people have gotten their foundation right yet. There's still infighting going on. I've been on multiple different coalition spaces where even Amici and Obedient they'll be locking horns with each other, and some article people are also locking horns with each other, insulting each other, which in a coalition is not looking boding well because it means that if moment one of the candidates loses, the others might just leave you people. Even if Peter Obi or Atiku says, okay, no, we won't go, you are still going to lose a significant amount of disgruntled voters who wanted their candidate to vote. So, it's a lose-lose situation. And I think, in my opinion right now, for now, this one has gone. They need to focus on the next one. Campaign like it's the last election in Nigerian history that will determine its future. Because that's basically what you need to do if you're in the opposition and you're in a relatively new party. Because you're still going to compete with the parties that those coalition people left. They're going to compete with their own PDP people. They're going to have to compete with their own APGA people. Peter Obi told them to vote for APGA, they vote for ADC, they voted for PDP, APC, APGA, of course, all spectrums. So you still have to compete with the parties that you are leaving behind. So for me, this performance in this by-election, for me, you guys did not come to play. You guys did not really try. And it's not an insult, it's a fact. Because if you tried, your performance would have been better. That's what me I'm thinking. I felt that you guys could have done a bit better, but I felt that you guys were not really campaigning so hard. Even on the timeline, nobody was really feeling your energy like that. And on the streets, some of the people I spoke to, they were like, uh, that's the impression I got. You didn't really come to play. And like I said, if you want to change this country, you have to come to play every time, every day. This thing is like a Premier League. You have to win consistently before you become champions. If you guys are not winning consistently, you are going to end up becoming like my club, Man United, 15th position or last. So if you want to come to play. Oh. But if you guys are just cashing all your chips on the federal, and that's the only thing that matters, because I mean that's most of what political discourse has come to, even in X spaces. It's mostly about presidential election, presidential election. But all the by-elections, you guys don't pay too much attention to it. Hey man, that's your prerogative. Look, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to advise. And if you take it, you take it. If you don't take it, what will I what will I say? It doesn't change anything if you guys win or lose in my own book, as long as Nigeria stays one and it keeps progressing over time. If you guys want to make real changes, if you guys want to progress the country, if you want to get rid of the bad people that you call, then you need to show up in every election. And this was not a good result. So hey, there's an election coming back coming very soon. Maybe you perform better in that. Only God knows. I'm not going to speak on Southeast political discourse because I'm not an expert on that. And if I say certain things, some people might think they take it as me. I'm just talking ignorantly. So I much rather not touch on it. So have a lovely day. And co-host, you need to calm down. Nobody is insulting you or denigrating coalition. I'm just being real. Thank you.
When I see people with their APC
All right.
banner, I don't fail to call them out. That's what I just listen.
Who told you I
Deji,
All
was
right.
APC? Who
Deji,
told you I was
Deji, allow me
APC?
to react.
You want
So,
to tell me what's in my head?
um,
I beg,
um,
come out, Jerry. May I leave, Jerry? Nonsense co-host.
I wish you made any sense out of what you just said. I literally listened to somebody that does not know his right from his left. Like you're just blabbing. Like, Deji, let me give a response, please. Not because of my co-host status. Let me give a response I think I need to give to somebody who just picked a mic only to make nonsense out of himself and call the coalition bunch of people that don't know what they are doing. See, I really, really wish I had a better answer to give you, but I don't think you deserve one. You're just looking for a
10 over 10, 10
space.
over 10. Just leave it, leave it,
Listen,
leave it.
let me finish.
Go to your DM, go to your DM, just leave
You're
him,
just
leave him.
looking for a space to infiltrate and advertise your stupidity. And I'm not giving you a free advert for that. Deji, continue
All
with
right.
your speech.
I don't think 10 over 10 knows every truth, but it's okay.
No, I know him now. I know him. For
Eh,
people that don't know
no,
him,
if you know him, you will not be asking if it's for the coalition. Anyway, yeah, I don't think there's any need to address, but let's not kid ourselves. He didn't really say something so ridiculous, to be honest, right? Yes, it was actually a poor result. And yes, the coalition did not come out to play. I'm sorry. They did not. And I mean, a lot of people have come, since this space started to tell us, the reasons why that is the case. Why, oh, okay, it's still new, they are still, this was, the candidates were probably even old candidates from, when ADC wasn't like the coalition party. You get what I mean? you know and perhaps this is the reason why the new structure didn't really go all out, right? So whatever reason you call, whatever excuse you give, right? I think it was a poor showing. And whether it impacts on 2027 or not, I mean, that is yet to be seen. But I'm just trying to, you can imagine, even a news, right? A news that was not actually, or that did not eventually come out to become fact. You can see how we celebrated it. Oh, so this lady eventually won in Anambra State. Wow. You know, the energy was high. Like, yes, we can do it. Just to find out that he will win. But the point is that, you know, these small wins, these small pockets of wins would definitely do a lot more riling up, a lot more good than not winning. Yes, even if you claim or you say that it wouldn't necessarily affect, your chances in 2027, but it definitely does. I mean, losing would not necessarily affect your chances in 2027, but winning definitely would reassure you that you can actually do it in 2027. That is my point. And the party needs to actually start getting serious, right? Even if everybody have concluded that Anambra will go to Abga, because and that Anambra case is even tricky because a leader in the coalition is already supporting an LP candidate. So I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, but it's just tricky. They need to come together. Honestly, all this scatter approach, I think, is also not helping matters. In fact, it's confusing some of us supporters, right? If there was a one house and everyone, is under one umbrella, we can easily, sufficiently push the message, this thing, and not confuse voters, right? Not all voters will be supporters. Not all voters will be fans. Voters can switch. Literally, people are literally collecting 10K to vote. So allegiance can switch. So you need proper, I don't know, hands-on. You need to be hands on these elections. Tinubu, be easy person to run against. So you need all these, and the way they say it, like it's all these positions, they are the structures, right? So imagine having elected officials, in the only elected official in ADC, they suspended him. They suspended him. So uh, we need people to go into National Assembly. With the way this coalition is about to go, yes, they are probably waiting for people that would defect at some point, right? But imagine winning an election and you just charge your guy to just go and be causing mayhem in the National Assembly, speaking up, and that's when Nigerians will be able to. It will push the coalition even further. That, wow, this is the sort of quality representation that we've been looking for. You need to find all those pockets, all those places where you can start showcasing what the party is all about. And not only just focus on presidential election as though that's all. So I don't know what their plan is for the next three elections that is coming, but I hope they would try to like be more active and like deploy the resources of the party to help those candidates to push for a win. Now, you can then pass on effort. But there was no effort on this case, on in this particular last day. There was no effort. It was just 2 days, or well, whether there was like some background, but as far as we are concerned, right, I mean, if social media especially is one of those polls that you can get, that okay, how somebody's message is moving. And if we've not heard anything about you, and all of a sudden 2 days to election, one of your political leaders is campaigning on, going around campaigning for you, it doesn't sound good. Where are the other leaders? I saw one APC guy posting that Bolaji, the MPS did not really, speak or campaign for any candidate. No be lie now. Did they? Chairman did not campaign. MPS did not campaign. So what exactly was their reason? What exactly was the strategy here? To go into an election to lose? And you think your opposition would not use that against you? Even if it does not affect your chances in 2027, it does not mean your opposition will not play it up. Look at what Emo Truth came to say. That is what every regular APC guy will tell you, just to make sure you lose that confidence that you can actually do anything substantial in 2027. So if the strategy is to only focus on presidential and just be nonchalant about the coming elections, they should think again. APC has been cruising from since that election, since 2023. Kogi was there, clear, nothing. Imo, clear, nothing. Which one that one? Edo, clear, nothing. Like, they've been cruising. And opposition, they excuse me, opposition they do say strategy. Which strategy? You are losing, you are saying you are doing strategy. Ah, God. Anyway, let's move on. There's only one hand raised. I don't know if other people
But
wants to speak.
Deji, the Kogi, the Edo, all the I didn't were they not rigged by APC?
Which kind
They
talk
rigged
be
them
this? So what were you expecting? What were you expecting?
exactly. So
What
don't
did
say that. Oh,
opposition?
no, I'm saying that opposition cannot rig incumbent out, right? They
Okay,
can't do
so we
that.
should forget 2027 then.
No, I'm saying that we should
So
not
I
use
don't
this off.
understand this.
We should not use this off-season elections, right? When you
But your
concentrate
logic should
all
be
the
able to
polling.
apply to everything, right?
I know, Deji, but off-season elections, the incumbent has
So
double
so every
advantage.
off-season elections, opposition should just forget it. Is that what you are
No,
saying?
they should not forget it. They can prove a point, but that's not the true
Ah,
proof of their strength,
oh,
in my
wahala,
opinion.
wow.
Okay.
Wahala, wow.
No wahala,
Anyway,
Deji. No wahala.
um,
See, Deji, the only way we can win 2027 is if we are ready to end everything if we don't get who we want. Not to think of the mindset should be that there is not going to be Nigeria if the people don't get who they want. That is the only way. Because if you are still having a mindset to do something different, then sorry, like you said, it's difficult to take out an incumbent. But when the world sees that, okay, a lot is going to go down if this doesn't happen, that's the only way they can pressure him to leave that place and let the people have their way, and they make deal with whoever is coming in. If we don't have that mindset that everything needs to go down if we don't get who we want, if we think that something else, that's what I always say, plan for the aftermath of an election. Let them know that okay, this is what
All
will
right.
happen if we don't get who we want.
Yeah. I'm going to quickly shift gears. There seems to be a full house here, and I think it will not be nice for me not to quickly sell one or two markets. Right? There's a post on the Jumbotron that one of those ADC handles posted, and I thought it was very interesting. Right? It says that since APC took power in 2015, Nigeria's GDP per capita has crashed from $3,089 in 2014 to just $807 in 2024. This means Nigerians are earning less, poverty is rising, cost of living is unbearable, and opportunities are disappearing. APC has failed Nigerians. In 2027, we must reject APC. And they put a graph, like a chart or a line chart. I think that's what it's called. And they put
Deji gbẹ́nu dákẹ́ ń
a
bẹ̀ ẹ́
place.
jọ, kàn ń sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ látàárọ̀. Ẹyin yàn 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 yàn
Ah,
yàn yàn yàn. Àdáadáa ló ń sọ látẹ̀kàn, kò kàn ń gbọ́ nonsense. APC as what? What is your PDP?
this one, okay. Hey, so this is what I like. This is what I like. I mean, obviously, the topic much earlier was, and I was actually interested in that topic, which was to, try to understand what happened, what went wrong, and what we could have done. But you can see just 2 minutes, 1 minute into just talking about how APC has ruined this country, he got triggered. He got triggered. He could not bear it. No. How dare you change the topic? How dare you focus on our ruinous government? No way. Anyway, so yeah, they put a chart and of how the GDP per capita literally just slumps, across the years, and it's crazy. In fact, in 2023, according to this data, it was 1,597. In 2024, it slumped to 807. That one is just Tinubu. Tinubu just ah. This is why this particular party, this is why the opposition must get their acts right. Because that graph, that line chart, the way it's heading, we might end up with, I don't know, less than 500. We might end up with less than five with the way Tinubu is handling this economy. So, it's very important that the coalition and the opposition at large understand the dangers to not, you know, playing it right. I mean, a lot of us have, been very encouraged with some of their criticisms of the government, releasing press statements and all of that. But you cannot then, when you have the chance to take power, and not prioritize it. I mean, 2027 election is not even happening until 18 months from now. So why should an election that is literally staring at you 2 weeks from now, or you know, 3 weeks from now, you are not putting all you can to make sure your candidate, gets ahead? What would they have lost? What would they have lost if they all mobilized into those respective states, share themselves? Oh yeah, you go here, you go here. Let's push these guys. Let's see if we can get one. But that did not happen. That did not happen. And this is why the APC will gloat over these results. And we are here shouting vote buying. Do you think those ones that wanted to sell their vote, do you think is you they wanted to vote for in the first place? Why why do you think someone who sold his vote did not even have intention of voting APC in the first place? He just saw that, well, I might as well collect money with my effort. So I don't know. Anyway, let's move. Our hands are up now. So I'm going to drop those who their hands are not up. Just for the
Benny, I'm the
hold
next
on,
to speak.
please.
I've been
Hold
here for
on,
two
guy.
hours. I'm the next to speak.
I'm going to
Now,
drop those.
what in Prof want tell us for here? Are you a member of the coalition?
Please
Why
hold
you use
on,
two
hold
hours?
on. I'm going to drop those who their hands are not up because it will just suggest to me that you are not ready to speak. I don't usually use hands, but I just want to make sure that
Sorry,
the people
but
who are,
you didn't give us, even if you raise our hand, you didn't give us chance to talk. That's why we
hold on,
decided to just
please
keep our
now.
hands down.
I don't usually use hand, but I just want to know those that are still active, on the speaker section. So that I know who to call, if you get what I mean. That's all. But anyway, Ezeka can go on. Let's hear what you want to say.
All
Please,
right, thank you very much.
I was, please, I,
I will
I think it's my
I
turn.
will
I was there
appreciate
now.
not to be interjected.
Sorry, quality. You go after Ezeka. Sorry, no vex. I probably jumped the queue. I don't know, but let's let him go and then you go after. Sure.
Thank you very much. Quality, you're gonna have your time. I know part of the principle of the coalition is for people to be able to talk, right? So I greet everybody in the house. I'm a card carrying member of APC, and I'm here to tell you people that APC remains the best party to govern Nigeria, and APC is going to take Nigeria to the next level. We can see what the President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, have been doing the past couple of months. I mean, 2 years and about 2 months. Owobu, you are free to thumb down. That's good. But I will have my say. Uh, and APC will have their way during the election. You get my point. So that's just, you know, your own is social media. Our own is on the ground. The battlefield is on the ground, not here. So as I was saying, no country uh, ever developed without having policies, laws, institutional reforms in place. And that is what my president, our president, your president have been trying to put in place for the past couple of years. I mean, 2 years, because Nigeria has been very, very disjointed. The past president, even though we might say they tried their best, but their best was not enough in putting institutions in place, in also reforming institutions so that they can better serve us. Many of you always compare America, UK, Canada to Nigeria. But one of the only reason why those countries seems to be better than Nigeria, as you people always put, is the institutions that have been built over the years. You cannot lump over 200 million people, different ethnic groups, different cultures together like this without putting laws in place. It will become a banana republic. And that is one of the things that Mr. President have focused on. If you look at it very well, many of the policies he is putting in place have been things that Nigerians themselves, including me and you, have always talked about. If you look at the constitutional reforms that is going on, you will see that those things he has been talking about, they are talking about in that constitutional reforms, is what Nigerians have always talked about, even though many of you might deny that. From resource control to uh I mean, there are about 52 items that is being reviewed right now. You know, in 2012, many of you were out there protesting for subsidy to be removed. When a president that have the balls finally removed it, and people make it like it's something that it was just being talked about in 2021 or 2023. It wasn't. You know, a president have decided that we need to have a state police to better police and secure ourselves better. The work is on, you know. So I have always been of the opinion that the difference between where I live and Nigeria is the strength of the institution. Yes, are there more things that need to be done? Yes, there are. But this president have started something that need to be built on. The man needs to finish his 8 years because he has a very big vision for Nigeria and for me and you. So for me, whatever DG has been, I've been here for 3 hours listening to all manners of ideas. I understand that your coalition is about 2027, but if you look at it critically, you cannot build a country as big as Nigeria without putting laws in place, without rule of law. All this noise about, oh, just take away your biases. Go back and look at what are those items that are being reviewed in the constitutional conference that is ongoing, constitutional reform that is ongoing. Go and look about 52 different items in the current Nigeria constitution. These are the things a lot of people, a lot of lawyers, a lot of advocates have always talked about in this country from the days of Gani Fawemi to Falaye to all of them, you know. So I don't know. I don't know what Nigeria really wants. Yeah, you are free to hate the president because he has the balls to do what is very important to develop Nigeria on the long run. Because I think I'm seeing a man that is looking at the future of Nigeria. He's not becoming president just for now. He's looking at things that the generations after us will live, just the way the generations after the likes of Obama, uh, uh, Abraham Lincoln, all these founding fathers of America are enjoying today that many of us are trooping there. That is the foundation that Mr. President is building, is trying to lay in Nigeria. We all just have to be patient. We all have to take away our biases and look at what exactly this man is doing. My president is looking at the future of Nigeria. It's not looking at now. I know many of us are
Can
looking
you
at
round
now.
off in
Oh,
one
we are
minute,
hungry.
please?
No, you cannot stop me now. Kilo Shele. People
You've been
spoke here for
speaking for
15 minutes. I've
over
just spoken
seven
for five.
minutes.
Yeah,
Can you round off in 1 minute?
I was here when Oyin was speaking for more than 30 minutes here. You never unmute your mic. What are you talking about? I was
because Oyi spoke for 30 minutes or 1 hour does not mean every other person will speak for one hour now, bros. Okay, round up in 3 minutes so that we can move on. Thank you. I'm going to time you, by the way. Sorry about that. Just wait for the stuff.
you know, it's unfortunate that the people that have been calling for fairness, justice, and equality in Nigeria cannot practice that just with ordinary platform, ordinary co-host and host badge. They cannot practice what they are calling for in Nigeria. This is the problem. Many of you are just biased. Many of you are just because people are not the one there. You know, that's why you just hate everything about this government. Now, ordinary just say you just be co-host or host. You are stopping me just after 2 minutes. This is just very unfair. You have to learn to practice what you preach. You want good governance, you have to start from the little organization that you are leading. you know Ordinary host now space now don dey gag me, but it's fine. I don't have much to say. I'm just here to debunk all of the lies of Deji. I've been in
Okay,
his chat.
debunk the
He
GDP per capita one. Debunk it.
is my
I
brother.
also have a question for you, please.
Wait. Edika Aka,
I will bring.
debunk that GDP per capita one.
I am not an economist. I'm not an economist. I don't dabble. If you want to ask me questions now, ask me about the electricity and power
I will
sector of
ask you the
Nigeria. I
small
will
one that
break
you
it.
can
I will
understand.
No,
break it
no.
down.
Wait,
I'll
wait,
So
break
you are
wait.
it down
Wait,
for
debunking.
you.
wait.
You
Okay.
want to debunk lies,
I'm
but you don't
talking
know the
about my
field. But
field.
you want to debunk his lies.
I'm not you. If you are not a professional in a field, stop acting as an authority in that
Okay.
field. Okay. And that's where many of you fail. You think that is about buying Gary. Economy is
You're
about
even
buying Gary
defending
and
a
buying
government you
meat
don't
in the
have an
market.
idea.
Sorry, please.
Ejeko
Do you
sọ̀rọ̀
do you
You're
now.
live in
defending a
He
Nigeria?
government
has
you
one
know
minute
Please, do
nothing
you
more.
live in
about.
Nigeria?
You're
Please, guys.
defending a
He
government you
has he
have
has just
zero.
1 minute more. Please let him just finish.
He has
Okay.
zero knowledge of what the
Now,
government is
Deji,
doing.
you have to add to it. Oh. Deji, you have to add to it. Oh. You have to add to it. They have interjected me a lot. You have to. These people, they don't have balls
We are tired
to
of hearing your
even
voice,
hold
I
their
beg. We are
balls.
tired of
Yeah.
hearing your
Do
voice.
well. Mm.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Thank you. You people won't finish me for a bad idea. I
Answer the
stand there.
question now.
Yeah. Somebody.
Answer the
Otito,
question.
Otito, Otito. So again,
Now I'm
uh,
paying shit.
it's not even about sometimes like okay, you want to debunk what we've been saying, and I'm wondering what exactly have I said that you want to debunk. The only thing I've said about APC today like this is this GDP per capita. Guess what, Etika Haka? This government that you say have the best interest of Nigeria, that is slowly and steadily trying to bring something. Let me tell you how much they spent on certain things. So this particular research I did was just between May 2023 to December 2023. I've not gone to 2024. I've not gone to 2025. And I'm sure my APC brothers may come up to debunk one or two, but I will show them where I saw it. None of it was manufactured, and I did not use AI, in case you were wondering. So I'm going to start. So you will see how ridiculous this your president is with respect to spending of money. This president, the one that you say will stabilize this thing, is can be likened to a king, right? A king, a poor king, living ostensibly, like living like he has nothing to worry about, living like he is the richest king ever. 7.6 billion was spent in 2023 for local and international travels. And this was just for BAT. All his travel, all his itinerary, whatever. 7.6 billion. 1.8 billion for the same local and international travels for the vice president. They also did some renovations. Abuja residents of PBAT spent 4 billion naira. Lagos resident Dodan Barracks 4 billion naira for a president that has his house in Bodilo. Remember, he's the lion of Bodilo, right? Shetima zone, Abuja residents, the one the first batch they did 2.5 billion naira for Abuja residents.
I respond
Let me
to
finish.
that,
Let me finish. I'm
although you
going to
don't allow me
read
to
out.
finish.
I'm going to read so that you can defend well. Lagos residents 3 billion naira, the same Dodan Barracks. Then they budgeted $10 billion, 10 billion naira to digitize this their residences, just to digitize, have cameras, have, I don't know, Siri and Alexa, you know. Then obviously remember the $6 million that was spent on the yacht. Um, he also procured SUV vehicles, $2.9 billion. Why do I keep saying dollar? I'm sorry. 2.9 billion naira. Official vehicles for First Lady office, 1.5 billion naira. This man did not stop there. He decided to have 48 serving ministers. 48. All of them with their own fleet of cars, with their own, paraphernalia of their own office. We no go there yet. Did you know that they went for a UNGA session, right? In 2023, and their hotel accommodation cost $507,000. Hotel accommodation. They now still later approved $84,000, and they called it, this was for incidental charges, whatever that was. These are people's annual salaries, oh, you know. Now, let's move further. Obviously, remember they budgeted or spent 57 billion naira for NAS members, to buy SUVs for them, if you remember. That's why till today, those people cannot get over the kind of AC that blows them in their cars. That's why every time BAT comes to National Assembly, now on your mandate, then they always sing. They've never had it this good. 15 billion naira was later approved again for VP's residence. That residence now, money sucking spirits. That place. And guess what? The vice president does not even still live there till now. Till now. Guess
He
what?
ran away because he was not safe.
In COP28 climate summit, for the delegates, it took 1,411 people as delegates. Only am. I wonder what we were to go and say in COP28 to have all of those people. Like I said, this my search was just between May 2023 and December 2023. 6.2 billion naira for state house operational vehicles. 5.84 billion naira on meals for all the MDAs. 808 million naira on publicity and advertisements. You know, guess what? Guess how much that particular budget was during Buhari's time? That 8.808 million naira they budgeted for publicity and advertisement during Buhari's time, it cost us Nigerians only 7 million naira for publicity and advertisement. But when you have a president who revels in propaganda, you cannot not go high on this sort of uh, budgetary line. You have to publicize your work, advertise your work. They are even doing poorly at that. I was in one of their spaces. All of them were complaining that the president, they don't showcase the achievements enough. How can you showcase what you don't have? I don't know why you are stressing. How can you showcase what you don't have? So please, guys, I want Etika Aka to debunk all of this.
If I hear say debunk am, e go just waste our time. I bet more move mic.
Let him speak.
No, no, let him speak, please. Let him speak. I also have a question for him. Please let
Yusuf,
him
you
speak.
need to mute your mic. Deji, I just from everything you read out, I can definitely see your biases, and I can see that many of you are kind of new to discussion of politics in Nigeria. Okay, because
Deji,
like
people
I
are
said,
Deji,
just
this guy has
hypocrites.
nothing to say. He has
You
not.
want to kill
can
our
you mute your
I'm not a fan of all these interruptions. I think you guys are new to this space. Please, if you are not happy with what he wants to say, I'm sorry. Drop. Let him speak. He has to defend this. Thank you. Etika Aka, please go on.
The only person that I came here because of is Deji. Okay, that's the only person
We
I
self
care
no
about
care
on this
now.
space.
We just say we
Okay.
see you.
Uh-huh.
10/10. Stop, stop. Let him speak. Let him
So
speak.
mute your mic. Let me engage Deji. Okay. Yeah, Deji. Thank you very much for all those figures. Can you please provide evidence to all of those figures? That's number one. Then, like I was saying earlier, you mentioned the resident of the VP. Okay, I just put in the chat that that money that was just being spent in 2023 was actually a project that started with the former administration. You will see in the chat that Shibajo resident was budgeted this and this. So whatever you see that they did was a completion. You people mentioned the Yash. Is this the Yash they call it? That was also part of what has been money that was released by the previous administration for the naval, for the navy, this thing. So many of the things because governance is actually
Your mic is
continuum.
messing up, brother.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
No, I think someone took your voice home.
This is why I don't like the people with this interjection. I don't understand.
Yeah,
How
it
about
is
now?
sound like écoutez, écoutez. That's what it is sound.
How about now? How about now?
Same, nothing, no difference. Did you change anything? Maybe switch. I don't know. All right,
Are you
all right.
sure? Are you sure that wasn't intentional to
No, I
tact,
doubt it.
tact,
I doubt it. I
tactfully
doubt it. It
dodge
happens
your
now. It
question?
happens. It happens. Anyway, let's move on. I didn't expect him to be defending. There's no point. There's no point. Just in fact, if I be APC, I could just say, well, they are doing things in other areas, or something. Not to be defending waiting is not defensible. Okay, it's better. It's better. It's better.
Yeah, Digi. So as I was saying, many of the things that you see, like the is it the yash they call it, the renovation, these are money that have been budgeted and released by the past administration. Has just been completed by this administration, and we know that governance is a continuum. I mean, there should be continuity in governance, and that is what is happening. Uh, the president is completing some of the projects of the former administration instead of abandoning them. Like the road that goes to Maradi, this government, the last government has released fund for it and it's also completing it. So all of this data that you people do, that's why I said many of you are just following politics in 2023 because some of these things
Okay.
have been approved for. So then again, when
Okay.
you are paying
So what you've just said is based off that yacht, right? That it was
I think my
Buhari.
I think my
It,
DG, I think my point is that the
but
when
really,
when they
brother,
say when they
do
say
you really believe that this government is not spending wastefully? Have they been
well,
prudent? Have they been prudent?
wait, I will answer you. I'm not part of the government. I'm not in the in I mean I'm not serving in this government.
Yeah, I think that's the best answer you could have also given for that yacht thing.
No, not the
Because
juju now. The juju, the
okay, go
juju.
on.
I think Godimos, I'm sorry, my boss came in. So my what I was saying earlier is that uh I'm not part of the government. I cannot vividly say, oh, they are spending lavishly. I did not join them in making all the estimation for their project and whatever. But my point is that some of the projects you highlighted that they spend that these are money that has been budgeted and approved by the previous administration. I mean, not all of them, some of them. Then you mentioned travel, this and that. For me, I think if they travel that much, with that kind of money, I would say that is money. But I wouldn't know how many people went there, so I cannot say, oh yeah, they actually were prudent. I cannot judge that, but you know that government in Nigeria from past till now, a lot of people working in the government, they don't have the same mindset of the president. That's why you see Buhari might have a very good uh, plan for Nigeria, but you see how the likes of Malami and Co, how they change the plan, how they destroy the government, that past government. For those of us that supported Buhari in the first term, we know why we supported him. But when you see appointing miserable people who are just out in government to destroy the country, and people like CBN governor, you can
Oh,
see
so
how
so
what
Buhari
happened in that
government
government.
failed,
So,
right?
well, I would say yes. Me, I would say, yeah, I'm sorry to say, I would say yes. Yeah. So, and even though we might say he failed, but he also did certain things that today you can travel by rail to from Abuja to, I say from Abuja, from Lagos to Ibadan. You can go from Abuja to this. So this guy also completed. Buhari also completed some of the project of Jonathan. That was the Abuja to Kaduna rail. So I don't know. Like, I don't know why we just want to sweep everything and say they failed it, because yeah, it's good to be opposition to a party, but when you are doing opposition, you have to oppose a government logically, not just via propaganda. I mean, that's my point.
All right. So it's not propaganda. All of these are verifiable news. All these spendings are verifiable news. It has nothing to do with propaganda. And it is logical. It is logical to say that all these monies that were spent on all these things were too much. It is logical to say the government is wasting money, right? It is logical to say all these things. It has nothing to do with being wanting to be opposition members, or always wanting to oppose the government,
Deji,
right?
Deji,
So
Deji, can you
it
can
is
you can
logical
you
to
bring
look at a line
can you
chart.
bring a
Hold
data
on, hold on,
a
please.
data of,
The one where I bring, talk anything on top that. You say
you
you know
fit
be
prove the data
economist.
now. You did
You
not
say you
bring
know be
any.
economist. It is logical
You
to look
didn't
at.
show me. You didn't show me any. I didn't see those things. I
I
they cannot
just
verify
told
what
you,
you're
I
saying.
just read
I
something
don't know
to
where you
you.
are
Is in the
reading that from, so I
jumbotron
cannot
of the
verify that.
GDP per capita under the APC government, right? I just told you that it is logical to look at a line chart and see a downward trend of something and say, wow, this is not good.
Deji, I'm trying hard not to compare Nigeria and Canada where I live, okay? Because if you look at it from the pandemic time up to date, a lot of economic indices has been against many countries, okay? In terms of even job, GDP, HDI, go and check it. Since after the pandemic, many things in terms of economy. Today, people are when I in 2015 when I got to Canada here, we were buying gas per liter 86 cents, 76 cents. Okay, today after the pandemic, you know what happened? It turned to 1.5 cent, 1.6 cent, like that. Okay, so if you look at the price of food too in the grocery store, the same thing. Okay, so we make it seem like it's only Nigeria that the pandemic or inflation has affected,
Yeah.
but it's actually a global. Go and check it.
Okay.
If people in the
All
UK are
right.
also
So
crying too,
so so
it's everywhere.
yeah, yeah, that's fine, brother. You see, you guys don't know how much it excites me to see APC supporters defending things. Like it always sweets me. You
I,
understand?
me, I like to me, I like to come on your
It
space
always sweets
because
me. But
your space
anyway,
no dey get opposition. All of una dey talk in this, and e no good. Make all una just dey talk the same thing, the
I
same thing. Like
agree.
una
I
una go
agree.
tire
I
now.
agree.
Una need
Me
people
self
like
don't
me.
tire. That's why I had to switch it, because I know say you go come defend. Anyway, let's move on. Thank you. Etika
Stop
Aka.
running echo chamber
I'm not
space.
running echo
Start to
chamber
engage.
space, bros. You just spoke for 10 minutes. Anyway, let's move on. Thank you, Etika Aka. I'm not sure those who want to speak, But I'll just go by, our the way we've been doing it. So I'm going to have
But Deji,
Prince.
wait, oh, why are you not talking about all of the positive in this government? Why are you not
You
talking
want me
about
to
it?
talk about the positive in the government?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. The day will come very soon.
To show that
No,
you are
they should mention the
balanced.
positive. Deji, let them mention
To
it.
show
Then we
that
now
you are
talk about
balanced.
it. Let them
Eduro,
mention it now.
Eduro, 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 Eduro. See, let's not kid ourselves. Eh?
This your
Every
co-host.
government,
You don't get impulse
please hold
control.
on,
This your
please.
co-host.
It's not the cost. Every government will always have something they will point to. You know, as bad as I thought Buhari's government was, I cannot deny that, there's Lagos to Ibadan rail. Even though I believe that that rail should have extended even further, it could have done even more. You get what I mean? I know personally that there was Lagos to Ibadan expressway, even though Tinubu has even abandoned that one sef. From Iwo Road now to Ojo, yeah. They don't leave am. Where Buhari into. But the problem of, I guess, where we differ is that your policies, your change, whatever you are doing, does it have the greatest impact on the greatest number of people? So that, it will be hard if I come now, to say that, wow, Buhari did 247 electricity, right? Oh, sorry, Buhari did not do 247 electricity. And majority of Nigerians are enjoying 247 electricity. They will tell me that, you be bad belle, you be olote. What you they do? Everyone is feeling it. Everyone sees it. We are all turning off our freezers and all of that. But that's the point. You will not tell me that somewhere in Ikeja, they are enjoying 23 hours of light. And so therefore, Nigerians have light. It doesn't work that way. It's greatest good for the greatest number of people. I think that is what government should be about, right? So if it's
I
about
hope
the
you know that.
good policies,
That's why.
hold on, please.
Deji, let me just say
Etika,
this one thing.
let me
That's
finish.
what I said. Just this one thing. I mentioned something that no country developed without putting institution in place. One of the
Which
things that Buhari
institution
did
is Tinubu
was
putting in place?
wait
All
now.
the
First, let me
institutions are
say
being
this. Let me just say
bastardized
this
by
one
this
point.
man.
Let me just make this one point now. One of the things that Buhari did was to unbundle the power sector, which uh, give the state the power to now generate, distribute, and transmit
Na Buhari
electricity. Now,
unbundle the power sector. Who tell you that one? Go back to history.
oh my
Obasanjo
God.
unbundle the power sector. No dey talk that kind thing. No dey make person vex. No dey tell us lie here. Obasanjo unbundle the power
Tell me
sector.
why.
The
Again, Owobu Oscar. This is the last time I would, take these interruptions. Thank you. Etika, when it's done, don't worry, you'll
This guy
speak
is
and
telling me
and
my own
debunk.
field, something I wrote articles on, what I wrote published papers on. This one is arguing with me. Man, why are you so dumb, man? You think you're talking
No,
to
no,
a
they know
fool?
they abuse person. Just go talk crazy you want to.
You know everything you talk like now. You first abuse me
I
now.
ain't
Don't be
take
me first
abuse.
abuse
You
am.
just say you dey lie now. Now abuse with that. You don't they call and
See,
dump phone, all those things.
Deji, please open a space. Let's discuss the electricity power sector. I will educate this boy. I don't
Okay,
understand.
I take up this
This thing are
challenge.
just noise
I take up the
wey una dey
challenge
make
because my
online.
brother, my
Na me I
brother,
come make.
even people, we've had a space where the SA, like literally special advisor to the Minister of Power was on that space. The guy
I think
struggled to
the
defend his
point I wanted
Oga.
to make
So
was
I
that
don't know the level
one
of information you have that this person did not
wait
have.
now, wait first now, wait. When they talk about unbundling, it's not privatization. Okay? Now, before now, under Jonathan and far back, states are not allowed to generate electricity, to distribute electricity. Why did Obasanjo and Tinubu fought? Was it not on this matter? Today, your state governors have been empowered by the constitution to take, to generate, to transmit, and to distribute electricity. Okay? So I don't understand what this guy. The deprivatization is not unbundling. When they talk about unbundling, it's not privatization. Understand this thing. Okay? When they can't tell me what I know, I
All
beg.
right, all right. Let's move on. Let's move
They
on.
talk. I beg, go ask your state governor to generate power for you. None of them has come up after 3 years of passing this bill to say, today, as a state, we want to generate 10,000 megawatts in 10 years. None of them has come up to with that plan.
All
Now,
right.
come here, can they blame the president for everything?
We will blame him because he's the president, whether you like it or not. Anyway, Prince Adiwali, please go on.
Yeah, good evening, my brother. And I've heard ethical Aka very well, and rightfully so. And just to firstly look at the topic, coalition performance at the by-elections, lessons for 2027. So, of course, because democracy thrives when there is solid opposition. From our own angle, I wish firstly to condole and sympathize with the recent loss or for the recent loss for the coalition. And I hope truly the lessons are learned. I hope truly they try to consolidate their house, put their house in order. If they don't put their house in order, just as the president has said, it is not his work, right, to help the opposition put their house in order. So if they're able to put their house in order, maybe they might have some chance, and maybe also they will have the opportunity, maybe in some states, to prove that they can be different in governance. And these are some of the questions that we raised earlier, even in 2023, when we have the surge of people moving into the Labour Party, and at the same time winning some, political position, to say, look, it will have been okay if they begin, the little people that have the opportunity in power, begin to show the difference in power, begin to show that truly they have come with a difference. And maybe that in itself can help pilot, properly what good governance is, and can give people opportunity to see difference in the new order that has been promoted. You can see at this point in time that has not been the case, and I've seen a lot of people also say, a lot of, some of the people that you have put in reps in senate are singing on your mandate every day, and even the people that are in your gubernatorial seat are singing the praises of the president. So that tells you that even if you come with the coalition, even if the coalition gets something, it is just like removing money from the left pocket of your trouser and putting it in the back pocket of maybe the same trouser or another trouser that you own. So nothing is really changing at this time, even if there's another coalition afterwards. And that in itself, you can see the evidence of that in the election. You can say perhaps maybe you have not necessarily, you know, consolidate. You have not necessarily strengthened your base. Maybe you are still in your early days, but I hope truly you learn the lessons, and not just for the purpose of grabbing power, but maybe to have a different ideology to what we have. I've seen a couple of questions coming up around our GDP per capita, which has faced some decline, and say this has been happening since APC took power. Whether you like it or not, this was an inevitability. It was not going to happen, right? And why did I say that? We had devaluation in currency regime. We have subsidy removal. These are very, very, very serious shocks and very serious reforms that would, without a doubt, bring in those pains. And if you also look at it, you can mention how many of the developed countries today, how many of the developed economies today are actually also reporting positive GDP per capita growth, right? You can check maybe countries like Australia that has also reported declines, back to back in the last couple of quarters. You can look at what is happening even in countries like Canada, even in countries like the UK. Even though their GDP is also improving, but you can see that maybe household, per capita, or maybe GDP per capita, you are having some sense of decline across global economy. This is to say most of the problems that we have today as a result of some restructuring in economy and some external shocks, you realize that it is almost an inevitability for us not to have, a decline, a sharp decline in our GDP per capita. Even though there have also been some rebasing of our GDP, you can see these are some of the improvements and some of the work that the government is doing. And you can ask, as it stands today, we have certain opposition in power, right? We have opposition in power in government today, and you can see that some of the some of the voices that will have been against what the president is doing, you cannot necessarily see them coming out to say, look, this is what the president has done wrong, and this is what all of them are saying, yes, this is something that we have to do, this is something what, look at it across board. You can maybe show me, aside from maybe, yes, maybe people like Bala Mohammed of Bauchi. You can check the rest of the guys. They are singing praises of where we are to say, look, these are inevitable situation. Why? Because of the financial restructuring, or fiscal restructuring for states to be able to have more money to have infrastructure development, to build something in social safety nets, and as well to do much more in education. So the next question we might also want to ask is that the other parties that are maybe the coalition, or the Labour, or the ANC, or the PDP, what are the alternative policy solutions that they are putting on the table? Because it's beyond, yes, we want power, yes, we want to take power. The next question is, what are the alternative solutions? Are they going to say, for instance, you can see somebody was at a time, there's a coalition leader who wants to vie for presidency, and I'm not saying this to throw a jab or to insult. This is not my intention. But you have somebody who actually wants to vie for, the highest seat, who perhaps is in the opposition, who have seen, who have studied what the presidency is doing right now, what policy direction we have now on inflation, on the macroeconomic direction, and we ask around very simple questions of. I was shocked when what's it called, Ethical Aka was speaking, and he said he's not an economic, analyst, or he's not an economic analyst, and somebody is trying to say no, he cannot come and defend something here without being an economic analyst. But you have somebody who is sitting for the highest, who is vying for the highest position, was asked about very simple question around maybe debt or inflation or foreign exchange or whatever issue, that as basic as they are. He said, hey guys, I'm not a financial expert, I'm not an economic expert. I'll seek, you know, I'll seek for advice when the time is near. That's to say, some of the people that are even coming on board right now that wants to offer alternative solutions do not even have a plan. Or even if they have a plan, the plans are not realistic. We can have people all time talk about character, competence, and capacity. That in itself is as vague as it comes, because you must come to the table and say, look, this direction is not proper. If you say, how do you want to go about it? Say leadership. How do you want to go about it? Character. How do you want to go about it? Competence. Those are not enough. So as it stands today, the coalition, as much as I wish you the best, I believe very strongly the coalition might not have a sting at the presidency in 2027. Maybe you might have some gubernatorial seats, maybe you might have some senatorial position, maybe you might have some House of Reps position. But the question is, what are you going to do differently? What has the Labour Party done differently for the people that have gotten some of the people that even got position on the platform of some of the parties, like the SDP, like the Labour Party, have decamped back to the APC, the devilish party that we all want to sing about right now. So we might want to talk about how devilish the party is, but you have people who want to have a new order, who are singing of a new order, went into position. The people entrusted them with that position to show capacity, to show true governance, and just less than 2 years, most of them have decamped. So the question is, what are we saying right here? I'm not against the coalition. In fact, I want opposition. I want them to provide alternative approach that we might follow. And I'm not a politician. In as much as I see the leanings of the government, I understand that right now, globally, we have challenges. We know that in Nigeria, we can also do more. Not to say like not to defend the government in its entirety, but as I made mention earlier, go to countries like Australia. Australia has some decline in their GDP per capita as well, and this is one of the like very strong economies in the world. And if you look at maybe even the G7 like the United States also have seen some level of fall in their household income, even though household income has grown, but of course their GDP per capita itself has even fallen. Go to United Kingdom and Germany, you see they are also facing some decline in their household income per capita.
Investing, they are this Ukraine Russia war, something. It was COVID. It must have be something except your incompetence. It's always something except your incompetence. You are plunging more people into poverty. Like this particular thing is a big deal. The MSMEs are even as more important when it comes to job creation than these multinationals. To be honest, right? These are like they are the lifeblood, lifeline of the economy. They are the ones that will employ, two, three, four people before you know it. They are increasing another one, two, three. Compound. If you compound, it's a lot of jobs that have just been lost as a result. In fact, that particular report even said that Nigeria, because of this whole poor economic um, climate of the country within that period, Nigeria lost 95 trillion naira. Go and check, right? So let's not get it twisted. Eh? You can point to all the flowery things you want to. This government has been very, very poor, especially with respect to its translating in the lives of Nigerians. People are not feeling one, but he is the current president and he has not done anything to actually reverse or start reversing the problems. Right? This guy has spent more days outside this country, right, than even some of you. Some of you. See, this guy have spent more days outside this. That's what the presidency always say, searching for investment. But 2023 FDI nonsense. I think it was about 1.8 or so. Let's assume that, who knows, maybe it was even most of Buhari's doings. Anyway, let's just say 1.8. 2024, it dropped to 1 billion.
Gee, I hope you know that it is not the
Ẹjẹ ń
so responsibility of the president to look for investors. I hope you know
But this
because
your
in the
president has
US, in
taken
the
it
US,
as his mission.
wait, in the US,
Let me finish.
governors go
This your
about looking for
president,
investors.
this your
Local
president,
government
this your
about
president everywhere. When you ask that what exactly has this president brought, like what has he got to show in the last 2 years? Absolutely nothing. And that is why it pains me so much. And one of their guys said it on their space. He said it that one of the strategies of APC, which I thought was very, very, very devilish, evil. But I mean, you can't blame don't hate the game. Sorry, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? What he said was that even if APC was so bad, even if APC was so terrible, right? At least if APC ensures one thing, which is make sure the opposition has no bearing, even if the people are so angry at APC, as far as there's no other party they can take their votes to, APC will win anytime, any day. And it's the sad truth. It's a evil truth, but it's the sad truth. You understand? So, guys, that's why I'm so, like, I was actually very, very very, very optimistic and motivated by this coalition. I still am, but this last by-election, not because we lost, by the way, guys, it's just the effort. There was no effort. There was no effort. And we are hearing that, oh, by-elections are not the same as general elections, which is ringing in my ear that they don't care about Anambra, they don't care about Ekiti, they don't care about Oshun, which means they will go into general election without any record of any win. And, still hope to galvanize Nigerians. Like, why? Why don't you want to also show capacity in these small, small elections? And show Nigerians that yes, we are capable to win APC in an election, whether it's free and fair or not, we will win them. But you are not doing that. So, that's why I'm always very pained. Sometimes when I'm faced with the reality that this disaster might continue a second term. Because if the opposition are busy doing what they are doing, that's what will eventually happen. And I'm going to join APC eventually. At this point, Egbo Isaac, continue.
Yeah, thank you very much, my friend. You see, um, these 6 years is going to be long because APC, you've said it already. Prince Adewale has said it, and to be fair to Nigerians, just to be fair to Nigerians, the coalition is not showing any sign of seriousness. But that's not why I'm here. Why I'm here is that when I voted for Ashiwaju in 2023, there is a brainwash. I'll call it brainwash, and it's already working already. You will notice it in the way they talk. That can't you see that Australia too is also having the same problems. And I used to believe that thing. They'll tell you US, UK, Canada, they're also having the same problem. And Deji, you remember I came to your space the other time and I was so angry that I was shouting and telling them, don't compare yourself to South Africa. Stop it. And people don't know because when they tell you, they'll just tell you that. And I used to be there, so I understand. I used to be there where they'll be telling you, eh, they just built one train in Texas and the people are celebrating. Why can't you celebrate the train in Lagos? They'll tell you, they are also collecting debt in UK. Why are you not collecting debt in UK? But I used to think that way, and I realized that these people are just taking us for a fool. And if you continue to think that way, that oh, other countries are having problem, Nigeria, we are not different. We are slowly going to the way Ghana was before. And if you don't know, that's the truth. We are slowly going to the way Ghana was. 10 best universities in in Africa, Nigeria is not there. Deji, are you talking to me?
My mic is muted, brother. Go
Okay,
on.
okay. So 10 top African universities in universities in Africa, Nigeria no dey there. So when I see all these things and someone is trying to now bamboozle you people and leave that factor of incompetence, there's always an excuse. Always an excuse. I see, let nobody lie to you about this Ukraine, and like it irritates my down system when they tell you that the problem you're having is because Ukraine and this thing. Like, don't let anybody gas. Like, we know that they will stay there for 6 years, but all those things are not.
Deji, can I
Please
respond
let
to
me finish,
Egbon
Etika.
stuff after he's
Impulse
done?
No,
control.
no,
I
wait,
didn't
you
talk
will
to you
wait.
when you were
Let
talking.
some other people speak. You will come later.
No, I want to
No, not
respond to
yet. You will
Egbon
wait,
here.
brother. There is some people now. I will soon close the space, so I need other people to speak. And then go on, Egbenza.
So you see, at this point, for me personally, I'm not talking for any other person. We should come to at this point for me. May have realized that these politicians don't care about anybody. The highest they will do is when election comes from next year. Now they will care, go and tell Ogbeni Dikpo to buy 2 crates of coke from what's the name of that boy that used to shout Akombi. Uh, so that's what they will just do. They don't care about anybody. Anybody. They don't care about you. And we saw it when Amechi came to visit us on Twitter. He was just using us to catch crews and everything. And that's why I've advised you, my very good friend. You better cash out on all these things. Don't send anybody. They don't send any of us. And for the coalition, I think Nigerians should wake up. Now we are already moving to, I've been listening since morning while I was in work. Now we're already moving to the place where we are saying, let's bring out money. Everybody has remembered that money, everybody has lost their character. Everybody's now, let's bring out money. They bring out money. That means we have now come to an agreement that nobody is a saint again. Everybody's an hypocrite. So let's live with that life and know that okay, this is what we want. But when you now come with good governance, that's why sometimes I don't want to join the coalition, because I know it's the same thing. When I look at you, it's the same thing. So let's agree that we are the same. Then we now fight for it, blood for blood, pound for pound. Anyhow, we now fit do am. And but please, I just want to beg. That was the only reason why I came up. This Nigeria and UK, Australia that you people always compare it. I hope Ojunyi Onibo, the day where you realize say these people they catch you now, like they are brainwashing you people. I pray that day you just realize that they are brainwashing you people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 10 over 10. I saw your message. Thank you very much. You have done so well. Um, Apologize for going AWOL on you, but it is what it is. Thank you very much. I appreciate. I'm not sure if you want to say any other thing, but if not, we can just continue.
Oh, you mean myself?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still around for like another 10 minutes. Somebody else, I think the Santos just came up. Or if you have to, yeah, in 10 or 15,
Yeah.
I'll be exiting, but I'm still here.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Let's quickly have um okay, this is what we'll do. So that we can start dropping people because I am about to close the space. Obu Oscar, you already spoke, very lengthily earlier. So quick reactions under 2 minutes so that we can move on.
Okay, thank you, Deji. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. What I want to say is this. Concerning the issue of economics, I don't want to discuss about the economic issue because there is nothing to write home about. You understand? That I don't want to discuss about it because it's abnormal. Like what the other guy said, you'll be comparing Australia. What is the inflation rate of Australia? What is the inflation rate of America? They are in a single digit. 1, 2, 3. You understand? We are in 20 something. That alone can destroy economy. Do you know what inflation is? It can render your money useless. So when people just speak GDP, GDP is just an accounting measure. It's not the real value of I always tell people I'm an economist. Don't use GDP, use inflation. That is the core. Your 1 naira today is your 100,000 naira yesterday cannot is not is equal to 1 million today. Is that money? When money does not have value. What is the value? Money is about value. Some people just come and be talking rubbish. I don't want to talk about the economics. Then concerning the political angle, concerning ADC, yeah, one thing is that ADC is just about 3 weeks now, a month plus. I don't think they place value on the by-election. So I can't blame them, but at least they were able to put out that they are there. So I can't really blame them for losing out. You understand? So because their intention was not really focused on the by-election, but that just come in between and they say, okay, let's just rally around once we have candidate, and that is it. And one thing the ADC are doing, to my own best of knowledge, is that when you are dealing with somebody like Tinubu, don't show all your arsenal. We still have about some months to a year and some plus. Don't show out everything. It is gradually. They have their plan, they have their strategy, everything. Yes, we are discussing here. What we'll be discussing mostly is mobilization, selling the market of the product. But this is how we want to go. No, you don't do that in a war front. Politics is war front. Like the other brother said, if there is no morality in Nigerian politics, forget about it. And all of us, there is no morality until somebody comes up and begin to change the tide, just like Traore is doing in Burkina Faso. That is it. But when you talk to play moral in election, you can't get it. There is no morality. That is one thing I want to tell you. But one thing is that if everything rise and fall on leadership. As John Maxwell said, leadership must show direction. You are not come here to do everything, but at least put. Buhari came in, as worse as Buhari is. He said that if I remove subsidy, Nigerian economy will be in disarray. The people will suffer. He hold on to subsidy. You understand? He hold on to subsidy. Buhari pays subsidy throughout, but see the way his economy. This one is not paying subsidy. What is the benefit? I don't want to talk about it. It's appalling. The economic issue is appalling. So what we need to do is that we should not blame the leader, but it's good as we are putting this kind of energy and drive. They are hearing it, they are listening to it, some of their people are listening to it. It's good. But I think they did not place much of their emphasis on the by-election. That is why the thing goes like that. But one of the things is that they are doing again that I see is that they are not putting all the information out there. Is dangerous. And you can see that right from the day ADC was established, APC, they are not in good comfort. They always throw jab, they always talk everything ADC, ADC. Why are they doing like that? Are they talking about PDP like that before? Despite they are causing the problem in PDP, were they talking, were they raising every comment PDP? No, they were not doing like that because they know they have already keep PDP. But this one, they know that, you understand? You know, that is it. They don't know the angle. They don't know where what will come out. Seeing the kind of people who come together. You understand? So that is how they are all confused. So let's begin. What we need to do is advocacy. You understand? But the leader, they know what they are doing and they cannot come up and put out all their arsenal outside. It's dangerous. That is my submission. But regarding economics, this government is zero. God bless you.
All right, thank you. All right, let's quickly have Timmy. Timmy, please go.
Sorry, I don't have so much to say. I wanted to just say that the whole idea of this coalition, like the person that just spoke now, I feel people are just too eager. These guys did not go into the by-election to win. So, like, see, was it the day before the election that Obi just campaigned for someone? You don't win an election like that now. It wasn't like they took it serious anyway. So it's not, to me, it's not a determinant of what will happen in 2027. It was just a nobody. I didn't even know there was election until I think the day I saw Obi's post, and I'm telling you that most people did not know. So I'm not worried about the by election, but my own is just that um they have a chance to defeat APC, and the chance is dependent on the kind of person they pick. It's very obvious that today in Nigeria, money politics is what APC is focused on, and the only way you can defeat that kind of politics, you cannot. If you bring 10 billion, they will bring 100 billion. If you bring 100 billion, they will bring 1 trillion. So you can't defeat APC with money politics. People are saying that they should they will go and bring money. APC will just times 10 what you bring. So you're wasting your time. They have to be a different strategy. You can't go into that election with the same strategy that APC will go into the election. That's just my own. And I don't even know why we're even still discussing GDP. Everybody knows that APC has failed. And when someone came and was comparing Nigeria to UK to Australia, like you can't compare a developing country's economic growth to a developed economy. Developed economies grow at a very slow pace, right? And developing economies grow at a faster pace. So ideally, Nigeria's economy should be growing at a bigger pace than say UK. But because it's APC, that's why we're not even seeing these things. When Jonathan was there now, when they listed fastest growing economies, you will not see Australia there. You will see countries like China, India, Nigeria. But since APC came in, they've totally destroyed all that potential. So to me, APC has failed completely. But I feel like they have a way of always um gaslighting people so that you don't even know. So right now, people don't even understand what good governance means. You can see if you call APC now, they'll be telling you student loan. Like, how is that a measure of good governance? But I mean, that's what we find ourselves in. So yeah, this is my short submission. I have a meeting. Thank you, but thanks, stage.
Yeah. So, but why would they not gaslight you when they keep winning elections? Why would they not do that when they keep winning elections? So that is the point. If you are not, if you say, oh, this one they didn't really want to, it was just to show face. APC win, they are telling you. In fact, they released a statement that their resounding win in this cycle of election, this by-election, is a testament to the fact that Nigerians, love them so much. Nigerians are seeing how the APC is turning around the country. So why would they not say that when they keep winning elections? So the point here is that the opposition must get serious. Dos Santos gone.
Yeah, thank you, Deji. I wanted to speak earlier in this space, right? So, I listened attentively, and the only thing I just have to say is that this by-election should be a lesson to every one of us. Yes, a lot of Nigerians, we don't usually focus on by-elections, right? Compared to governorship and presidential elections. Okay. What I just have to say is that whether we like it or not, governors plays a major role in election. Governors plays a major role in election. The coalition, they need to start lobbying governors to their side. Not former governors. Former governors are irrelevant. I can mention over 30 or 40 governors, former governors that are irrelevant. All those people that have lost their states. You get governors, sitting governors are very, very important. That's why we saw Wike crying that, oh, Fubara want to take over his structure. You can imagine a former governor crying that his successor, his political godson, want to take over his structure. You get? So governors, for me, I know APC will definitely have issues when we get to 2026 because of primaries, governors that will be finishing their second tenure and they want to install their successor, right? The popular candidate might defect to the opposition party. So, yeah, it will happen. It has always happened in every election. For instance, Okowa has an ambition to be a senator. Nedwoko has an ambition to be, in fact, he's the sitting senator. And there's no way he will not want to contest. Tell me, do you think Nedwoko will allow Okowa to get APC tickets? If it's happened, it will defect to the opposition. That's one thing you guys need to know. Now, the number one lesson, governors matters. So coalition need to start lobbying governors. Number two, um, opposition. We are still divided. Opposition are still divided. We are trying to play out 2023 election, presidential election in 2027. When we are talking of coalition, all parties need to come together in one body. That's it. For now, we have PDP, we have ADC, we still have LP, we have OS. Yeah, these are the three major opposition parties and NNPP. Good. In 2027, definitely PDP will have a candidate. ADC will have a candidate, right? And there's the possibility that if a presidential candidate is not favored, in that ADC, that person might pick LP. You see, so we are back to 20. Then by then we will be back to 2023. Don't forget what made Tinubu to win 2023 election was because of the division of the opposition. Tinubu did not have any voting bloc in Nigeria. The only voting bloc he had was only Southwest. That's all. Only Southwest. Chikina. You see, but because of the division of the opposition, gave Tinubu presidency. So we need to take notes. Opposition need to be united. Remember, we should use APC templates. Yes, I agree that APC was major and all those kind of things. When you are talking of coalition, all party chairmen, huh? All opposition party chairmen need to come together and form a proper coalition. I've been saying this that coalition is done by political parties, not individual. Not individual presidential candidate like Peter Obi, Atiku, Erufai. No, that's not how coalition is built. Coalition is driven by party chairmen, parties NWC. I've been saying this before when the launching started, even before the launching of the coalition. It is parties that drives coalition, not individuals. Because if it's individual, we just have your support base, leave PDP, support base APC, leave support base in APC, leave support base in CPC. That is individuals because they have their followers. But when party chairmen endorse a coalition, you will see every structure, every body in that party, we agree to it and say, yes, the governors too will subscribe to it and so on. That is coalition. What this present coalition is individual interest. That's why you will see Peter Obi not making decision to join coalition. You will see one leg in Labour, one leg in PDP, because PDP are lobbying him, one leg in ADC. You will see Atiku still in, yeah, he has not officially joined ADC. There are a lot of them that way. That is not, look at Erufai, not individual. That was what APC did in 2013. Then 2013, no one knew who would be. Yeah, there's others that know who the presidential candidate will be, but their focus was to build the to prove my points. Osun State, Arigbeshola left APC and joined Adeleke, PDP, a strong party. They won the election. If you guys remember when Arigbeshola was in America, traveled to America, they video him. That was during the election time. He joined PDP, he joined Adeleke, they won the election. Godwin Obaseki left APC and joined a stronger opposition party that had representative and assembly members. He won, uh, what was it called? He won the states. You get what I'm saying? Rocha Sokorosha left APC. His son-in-law, they divided, and Opus Odima, Emeka Yodoa won the election. You see, they divided their vote. Emeka Yodoa won the election. In Bayelsa, Doyediri lost the election because Timi Alaibe, Jonathan was supporting Timi Alaibe, Dixon was supporting Doyediri. PDP were divided. David Leon won the election, but because of the court decision, because of David Leon's running mate that had certificate issue, same thing applicable to Imo State. Supreme Court gave Opus Odima. You get what I'm saying? Because of technicalities. What about Ekiti? PDP was divided. You had Segun Oni went to SDP. PDP was divided into two. APC won the election. 2015 general election, PDP was divided. NPDP joined APC. APC was formidable. They came together, formed APC. PDP was divided. Our last election that just happened, 2023, LP from PDP, LP, Peter Obi to LP. A PDP man went to LP. Kwankwaso PDP man went to NNPP. You see, Atiku was alone. G5 governors. You see, that's it. That's to tell you guys that a divided house can never ever win an election, whether we like it or not. And another lesson again that we need to learn. Look at, I will advise everyone to read the Jumbo Throne about Demola Olarewaju gave his own observation, and that is the truth. That is the bitter truth. If Peter Obi raised anybody hand in the south, that is campaigning for that person, no one will care about that person except Obi is in the ballot. That's the fact. If Atiku goes to the north and raise a candidate, governorship or any candidate hand in governorship, House of Rep, whatever, there's no way that person will not lose, except Atiku must be in that ballot before they will vote for that person. Or because that was how a lot of people in Edo and other region in the south got into National Assembly. They used Peter Obi, right? Because he was on the ballot. They say, oh, from top to bottom. They don't even care. They don't even give a damn about who the candidates, the personality of the candidates. Let's take, for instance, Etiosa. A lot of people chose the Labour Party person compared to Banky W. And everybody know Banky W is even more credible than the Labour Party guy that won. You see, that's an example. So if Obi and Atiku is on the ballot, that's when you will see people voting for them. But if it's by election, Atiku is raising hand or Obi is raising another person hand. Now lie, that person can never win, except those two people are in the ballot. Now you guys need to think and calculate if you want to kick out APC. I've said it before. I still prefer Atiku Obi tickets. If they don't want to come together, if they don't want to agree, they are forming, oh, this, that, this. I have said it. Give it to a neutral person that is loved in the north and in the south. QED. It's as simple as that. Atiku knows that he cannot penetrate the south. Obi knows he cannot penetrate the north, the core north. So what do you have to say? What is the solution? So you guys should not tell me that, oh, Atiku should step down and bring someone that will deputize Obi. It will not still work. It will not still work. Or someone will tell me that
Sorry, the
Peter Obi should
Santos.
bring.
Did you
Hold
check
on,
your
Tenova.
space?
Let me finish. Hold
They,
on.
Oga, no dey
Somebody should not tell
interrupt
me
you. I
that,
dey
oh,
try
Obi
tell
should
Deji
bring
make him check in
running mate to
connection.
Atiku. It will not still work. It will not still work. By election, have proved it. It will not still work. You get me? The both of them need to be on the ballot. I don't know what I don't know the kind of arrangement they want to do. For me, if the both of them cannot be in the ballot, then we should forget it. Because it is on that basis that Nigerians are galvanizing their support. That's the truth. So that's my take on it. You guys can read Demola Olarewaju tweet, his summary about his observation about the by-election. So let us accept the bitter truth. A divided house can never win an election. Opposition need to come together and form a proper coalition. What that coalition that we are having is individual coalition. Individual coalition. Thank you.
Sorry, Deji, are you still there?
All right. Um,
Okay.
let budget go. Or do you want to speak?
Well, yeah, I'll probably just do 1 or 2 minutes, then I'll
Okay.
call it a day. Well, not to respond to the Santos, but I think I get the point, and the point I got from the Santos submission remains. I mean, it's still in line with what we've been talking about since morning. The opposition, the coalition, the ADC as a party need to come together, and then the principals themselves need to start showing us the working. We've been waiting, so it's time to get to work. But the Santos, the area I will continuously disagree with you is your recommendation for us to go get GEJ. No matter who is recommending him, I don't think he's the person we need at this point. Be reminded to that 10/10's personal opinion. I'm
I did
looking at
not mention GEJ. I said neutral person. If the both of them cannot come together and agree, give it to
okay.
neutral person that is loved both north and south. Now they pinpoint GEJ into this conversation.
I
Now,
wonder
now they
who the
make GEJ.
neutral.
Listen,
I
10 over
wonder who
10.
the neutral. He don't
No,
do
no,
now. I wonder
GEJ.
who the
Sorry,
neutral
10 over
person
10.
is.
It
But I
is
get
you
your
guys.
point.
Let me tell you something. It is because of the disagreements between Atiku Obi supporters is the
Yeah.
reason why a lot of people are calling for GEJ. In case you don't know,
Okay.
that's
I
one thing I
agree.
want you to know. It's because of the disagreement, the way you guys are criticizing, each other. Oh, this, that, this. If Atiku becomes the candidate, Obi should leave. If Obi becomes the candidate, we will not support. You will see Obi then they will say it is the turn of the South. Atiku
No
supporters
worry.
too will say, okay, if it's the turn of the South, give it to GJ. You
The
see,
Santos. At the end of the day, we'll
these are the
find a
things.
way. Yeah, we'll find a way to
But
mend
okay,
our
fine.
faces and agree
Yes.
on something.
When I
But
don't agree, call me. I will be back to the Atiku Obi. Now, I not tell you before. I
yeah,
will
you said
because
it.
I know that's the only way out.
You said it.
Pro- uh
You be my guy. Yeah, thanks for your recommendation. Deji, back to my
Tinubu out, right? I wouldn't finish my co-hosting responsibility without calling this incompetent president out, who claims to be a Democrat, who, by show of example, has proven that he's no in any way, shape, or form has not and is yet to conduct an election that is credible, at least to the barest minimum. Every I am not I am this is not 10 over 10 saying it. We can ask people like Samson Itodo, people that have been talking about election reform so far, they've and some international observers, right? Now, on the part of Tinubu's performance, I know the puppet APC people will come on spaces, infiltrate social media spaces to blow trumpet of a man who has spent more time gallivanting up and down, spending taxpayers' money, doing nothing and nothing to show for it. Deji, you just talked about the FDI that came to Africa and how Nigeria got a share of 90 billion, Nigeria got 1 billion out of it. Now, when you look at how much was spent to give us 1 billion, if you're a businessman, you know you are running at a loss, right? So now heading into 2027, since elections seem like the burning issue at the moment, my experience of election and election management so far, I do not see this president conducting or giving us anything that will not fall or continuously fall below standard. Quote me anywhere. Tinubu will not conduct a free and fair election. Tinubu will continue to empower institutions like INEC, Nigeria Police, and other relevant bodies and institutions responsible for election credibility in Nigeria. He will continuously empower them, embolden their powers, right, to make sure he gets to power at all costs. In my final submission, you guys are seeing a man that is desperate, that knows he's losing his grip of power by popular opinion, but he wants to make sure he holds it at all costs. That's the Tinubu we know. And permit me to put this as a young man that grew up in Lagos. What you guys are seeing right now is the tip of the iceberg heading into 2027. Tinubu will do everything and anything. If it means him selling his kidney to hold on to power, Tinubu will do it. This is a man that wants to claim responsibility for both the things good and not good and make it look good at all costs. So I eat the mic by encouraging us, the guys in the coalition, right? I know, like a lot of us with the experience in politics and everything I've said so far, I don't know how many of us expected to have a clean sweep of the by-elections, but it has proven at least that Tinubu is not ready to do anything different. But for us, we shouldn't feel defeated yet. Like I said in the morning, we have to keep fighting. This is our country, it's not Tinubu's country alone. So whatever it takes, guys, you have to give it to him and his puppets and people he's using to truncate our belief that Nigeria democracy can give us what we deserve. So it's our responsibility, and I call on all of us, please, guys, no matter who you support in this coalition, no matter what you think he represents, we can all come together and do this thing. This man is jittery. He's not a master strategist. Nothing there in brain apart from politics and politics and politics that he does not know how to play. But he can defeat him. He just, like he said, he likes to see the opposition in disarray. So let's prove him wrong by coming together and taking this incompetent, clueless, and president that stole it, ran away with it. Let's come together and send him out of power, please. He does not know what he's doing. So it takes the coming together of me and you to take Tinubu out. If not, Anyways, that's my final submission, DJ. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to co-host with you. And then, guys, um, I, I,
Deji, can
I
I
did
speak
what I
now?
did. Hold on a second. Um, 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 in my helping out with the co-hosting, um, accept my shortcomings for my fellow coaliators, not the puppets who have that wants to come and truncate our intentions here. So guys, accept my shortcomings, and then Deji, it's been a pleasure doing this with you. I'm always here anytime. Yeah, thank you so much, Deji, my friend. We'll link up again later.
Thank you. 10/10. Etikaka, just wait. Budget, please. You have. I'm sorry. You have just 2 minutes to make your submission.
Did you after how many hours?
I'll go through headspace. Sorry. Just go on.
Uh, all right, let me see if I can put it in that this thing. Anyways, let me pick up from where 10/10 stopped because he said Tinubu is losing popular opinion. The man has lost anything popular opinion. In fact, if we will recount the reality, he's the most unpopular president in the history of Nigeria. There is no president that has gotten to be a president of this country with the votes that this man got to be the president. So I think that is clear by now. And the fact of the matter now is he has been tested and he has proven that he cannot be trusted. He has failed and he has failed woefully. And for those that are comparing Nigeria and the Western economies and the developed world, it's very funny because these are countries that have their acts together, that have been able to provide the basic amenities for their citizens. They have put in everything in place: education, security, is it their transportation networks, everything is in place. So it is funny that the government that you have today that has refused and intentionally destroyed the one that they have found self, talk less of even creating something that will be permanently a solution for the country. They have refused to do that. So you can't be comparing Nigeria to Australia. That is a very, in fact, you just slapped yourself on the face. Then you talk of education and they will call students loan, which is the biggest scam and biggest joke, because if you look at, let's use Africa and let's not even go far. Countries like Botswana, countries like Burkina Faso recently, how many years? Story about 2 years. Him and Tinubu, just a few months between them. This man has been able to provide free education, across all levels for their citizens, and we can see the impact he has made and how their economy is going. Now in Nigeria, we have a government that has promised Nigerians to take away their purchasing power, slow down their economy, widen the tax net, and nothing has actually, improved since they came into power. Excuses upon excuses. 2 years on, you can't point out one single policy that you say Tinubu has done that has improved the lives of Nigerians, even after removing subsidy in electricity, power, and all those things. And for you to have FDIs, they just spoke of FDIs. You must have, some things in place, the basics. Nobody will come and invest in Nigeria currently, if not that the person is a madman who with knowing the cost of electricity in running his businesses, knowing the insecurity across states, and the cost of all these simple basics. So I beg, please let's not be using ourselves to catch cruise. If APC have paid you, collect your money and hold your side, because if you come here, people like
Yeah.
Deji and us will debunk you. Thank you, Deji.
Thank you. I'm so sorry you had to spend so little time to make your submission. Guys, all I shall know is we cannot in real life be making you know, logical conclusions, logical reasoning to our daily lives.
to our realities. And then when it comes to politics, we now start building castles in the air, right? I'm sure for all those people, all of them are with the bet. Before you carry one game, you look at head to head, right? You look at head to head, home and away, who is winning? Oh, last game, last 5 games, who won? If you have lost 7 games on the trot, why are you giving yourself an edge that you, for some reason, you will come back to win? Even if that was possible, right? There's something they call form.